Welcome to Ultimate Sensei, a chess coaching competition unlike any other. Over the next several weeks, 4 of the world's best trainers will work with 8 hungry students, ready to do whatever it takes to improve their game. Who will work the hardest to improve? Whose methods will prove supreme? And who will become the ultimate sensei?
Hello everyone, and welcome to the Ultimate Sensei Competition Season 1 with ratings 1800 to 2000. Today we are going to have the first kind of prize competition. Last time, 2 weeks ago, we had the draft where the coaches got to select their players after seeing them in competition in a rapid tournament. And this week we will have a Blitz tournament. Kostya here, as the commissioner, can you kind of give us a sense of this event and of the format for today?
Thanks, Sam. Yeah, thank you everyone for being here. Shout out to all the fans who are already watching. Thanks Eugene and Eugene's fans for the raid. So today we'll be doing the Ultimate Sensei Blitz Challenge. The games are going to start in just under 10 minutes. We're going to talk a little bit about the show first and how things are going. The students there are going to be playing a 12-round double round robin. The time control is going to be 3+2. So basically everyone is going to play everyone else except for their teammates, right? All the coaches have 2 players, so they're not going to play each other. That means everyone's going to be facing 6 players with 2 games, white and black, both colors. First place will get $200, second place $100 that they earned for their team. And perhaps more importantly, the first and second place finishers are going to take the number 1, and then the number 3 seed in the finals. For the final bracket.
And I'll pull up that cross table that we have right now. 12 games, 12 possible points if someone really wants to crush it. Let's take a moment now before we get into the games to kind of get a sense of all the players and the coaches. Before I introduce the coaches again, let me introduce, of course, Jesse Cry, whose camera is right here above me. He'll be our main commentator, of course. I think everyone knows Jesse, so he'll be speaking a lot more in a moment. But let's jump over to the coaches who can tell us about their team, a little bit about their sessions without hopefully disadvantaging their players too much, and kind of give us a sense of what they were working on for today. So David, since you are top cam over here, why don't you take us out first?
All right. So my team, I've got Kimmy, who you'll see in live chess as Nice Cream 18, and I've got Max, who you'll see as Chess Games. And they've been working really, really hard. We've been pounding Petrov opening theory every day for an hour or 2 at least. And they're ready to go and rack up as many draws as possible today. That's our strategy. Good luck to our competitors.
Fantastic. I think that struck fear into the hearts of all the other students. Eugene, can you give us some additional insight yourself?
Unfortunately, we didn't work on the Petrov. So that's that's our mistake.
Good luck.
But I do have 2 very promising students. I have Jesse and Rebecca from #Chess. They have a huge support in South Africa and on their channel. So what have we been working on? We worked a lot on really awesome tactics, some nice positional exchange sacrifices and stuff like that. We also worked on the pro blitz skills. And those I'm going to keep as secret to not give away any of our secret blitz skills. So let's see if they will remember. And the most important advice I gave them for the blitz competition is to get plenty of rest. This is a long, grueling competition, right? 12 games, you get 2 colors, and lots of blunders will happen no matter what, right? So we just need to keep our head clear and focus on every game and try to just make one good move at a time.
Fantastic. Hopefully, maybe at the end of today, you could mention some of the pro blitz skills after the competition is over and see if they kind of followed through on that. Alex.
Yes, I'm not going to keep them completely under lock and key.
Oh, fantastic. So we can look forward to those. Alex, can you talk about your team here and what you were working on this week or last 2 weeks? Oh, Alex, we're missing your audio.
Oh, we lost him.
Okay.
There we go.
Yeah, so basically, my team of Dylan and Mitch, going into the competition, actually, they didn't identify Blitz as one of their strong points, but they really have impressed me. First of all, their work ethic has been great. They've been doing a lot of work with just shaking off any potential rust for Blitz. They've been putting in a bit of volume there. Hopefully, not too much volume, because as mentioned, it can be tough. This is a long event. But they're quite sharp in that respect. We've worked a lot on tactics and calculation and how you might actually go about sort of solving quick sequences in a game, because at the end of the day, I think that's what's going to get you the best results in the short term for Blitz. And other than that, yeah, I mean, I'm very, very confident of them going into it. They actually played some Blitz games for yesterday's stream, and we talked about areas that you could improve in them, and they both played a couple of games each, and they won all their games. So I'm confident going into the round.
Fantastic. Love the confidence. Arturs, how about your team? What did you work on?
Oh, I don't know, but all of this sounds so intimidating. What can I say? I mean, my team is Frank, who goes by the nickname of ChessCoach.net, and Michael, Ponziani Master at chess.com or Chess Lifestyle at both Twitch and YouTube. We organized several joint sessions together, and I think they were highly productive. A lot of work happened off stream. I was feeding my students so much data, I was just hoping they're gonna digest it somehow. And also, I think it was Eugene who said, I think so, some rest was needed. So I gave them a free day yesterday, the whole day. That's at least what I advised. I don't know if they followed or not. And they should be fine and rested coming today. And by the way, me and Michael, we were having some additional Blitz sessions together. And he was very close to crush me in at least 2 games. So I was really surprised. I mean, I'm supposed to be the sensei here, right? and yet he was outplaying me, at least in the first part. Yeah, but then in the final seconds, he made some mistakes, but the potential definitely is there. So I think Michael might pleasantly surprise quite a lot of people. And speaking about Frank, I mean, Frank is definitely very dedicated, a learner. He spent a lot of time studying the materials I sent to him. I gave him a lot of other materials available on other sites. So I'm really curious how it will go.
Fantastic. Does any coach here want to make a prediction that they just have a ringer who's just going to crush the competition today? We know we've got amazing students all across the board, but does anyone just feel really confident that they've got the ringer on their team? No, no one's going to go there. It's too risky. You can't go there.
I'll go there.
All right, Jesse.
Yeah. I'm calling it with Mitch is going to crush everybody today. He's angry. I've seen him working on stream. He's on the lessons. He's streaming himself. His wife doesn't even know who he is anymore. This guy's coming for everybody today.
We have prepared specifically against Mitch.
You've prepared pawn to a3 on move 1 so that there can be no opening theory. We're just going to throw opening theory out the window.
All right.
I actually played Mitch yesterday. I played Mitch a 4-hour game.
Holy moly.
Oh, wow.
So
Wow.
Do people do that these days? I thought
that's 4 hours
was
he wasn't
passe.
playing Blitz.
Okay. Fair enough. What was the result?
Draw.
Oh, that's very impressive right there.
Wow. All right.
All right. I think that the games are underway, so we're going to switch over. Jesse, do you want to select a game for us to start with?
Well, let's start with ChessCoach.net against Rebooks. Let's start with that one. They're going out fast and furious. Fast and furious. Here we go.
Cool. So we got Frank versus Rebecca from #Chess here. Actually, one kind of funny thing about the pairings is that they're going to be, I set them up to be team pairings, which means that it's going to be, looks like this is going to be Team Arturs versus Team Eugene, both members of #Chess against Frank and Michael.
Nice work, Commissioner.
Coach matchups. We're not going to track them or anything. I don't think we have a place for that result, but well, just for your guys' fun.
And we'll have a classical IQP structure already, guys.
Frank has done his homework.
So far, I really like time management. Both players are playing really quickly. That's important in Blitz.
Yeah, they've only lost about 10 seconds so far, and d5 hits the board. Is this the right time to break with d5?
Let's call that
a concession.
Yeah, because the bishop on d7 was funny, and she just went for the most ambitious reply, which is knight a5, which I'm not sure is good, because after de, I think Frank is going to have a good position, and he is thinking about it. He did it. Yeah. Now they're both, I feel like everybody's going to be a little nervous here. Queen e2 might pick up
Might win a piece.
All right, well, we get knight d5 instead.
Quickly. All right, so Black is still holding on.
So they're playing very, very quickly. A little bit too quickly, maybe? That was pretty tactical.
But, you can feel that everybody's nervous. Everybody's nervous.
The tension is there.
The tension's there. They're moving. Everybody's moving pretty fast.
Yeah, they've been waiting to start and everything, right?
Right. That doesn't help. They're sitting around for a long time. We pushed them back 10 minutes. Just allows the nerves to increase.
The 2 seconds is very important, the 2-second increment. Right. People forget about it sometimes.
Right. I feel sort of responsible for teaching Frank the IQP because he was playing something else before, so I feeded him quite a lot of information about it. And I'm very happy he's following the advice. I'm a bit unfortunate he missed queen e2. Yeah, probably that would have been way too quick.
And that was kind of a nice defensive tactic from Rebecca there with rook c8, so that if the knight was picked up on c4, there was a bishop takes f2 here. So it allowed her to get the rook into play, and Frank just responded with queen f5 here. What would you guys say is the right pacing for a 3-2 game? If you could ideally pace your 3-2 game, how would you try to kind of spend your time?
I think, as just the commentator man, that, in these kinds of situations, you have to be prepared to move quickly, but just realize that there is going to come a hectic moment when you have to calculate. And for example, right here, Frank, bishop g5, there he goes. There he goes. And this is very unpleasant.
Wasn't there bishop f2?
Takes e8 at some point?
Bishop f2, knight e4, knight g5.
Well, and she missed.
Oh.
She missed. Yeah, I think bishop f2 was possible. Yeah. Very quickly calculating.
They're both
now Black's in big trouble here.
Big trouble, yeah.
I think they're really playing slightly too fast. They're nervous, maybe not really used so much to play Blitz with 3+2.
Right. Yeah, we at the dojo, we had...
They'll find their pace.
We were trying to do that Title Tuesday thing. The rook on c8 is hanging, by the way. There it goes.
There it goes. And that feels like it might be time to switch over to a second game.
Rook, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. The rook is gone, but it's still Blitz.
Let's move over to Mitch here. Let's go to Mitch and chess gains.
All right.
Chess gains is the other guy I think, would be maybe on target for doing something here. This is going to be a tight game here. We got a big, Mitch has got a big fat octopus on d3. Mitch is in control, dude.
And Mitch an extra pawn, of course.
Yeah.
And this should be a Slav, right? Semi-Slav, according to the opening explorer over here.
I think queen b4 is really important for Black. Similar.
Okay.
Yeah. And I've seen Mitch play so many different openings. He plays King's Indian. He plays all this stuff. So then when Arturs and everybody else tries to prep him, no chance. No chance. He's done all the chessable courses, man. There's no trick in this guy.
Beast mode, Mitch.
Beast mode. Beast mode.
Well, we've heard a lot about Mitch's preparation. Does he
Rook
also
hanging,
prepare a
everybody.
lot in Blitz as well as in the openings? And I'm sure he's doing lots of tactical training.
Well, we're gonna see how his tactics are if he takes it.
Yeah, there's a little rook hanging.
There's a rook. Come on, Mitch, you got it, buddy.
He missed.
Sometimes you gotta. It's hard because you trust your opponent not to just be hanging a rook. Boom! There it
Found
goes.
it.
Okay.
Bam. Give me that
Rook is
piece.
gone. Another rook is gone.
That's a strange
Well, yeah,
symmetry in
really
the first two
showing their,
games. Two rooks
Yeah,
hanging on the back
twice
rank in both
the
games.
rooks are blundered.
Their tactics today. Yeah, you guys did a good job teaching them how to see those hanging pieces. Nice.
I'm going for the queen
That's a
trade.
classy move there, Queen E1. Yeah. Give me that one too.
All right.
Mitch is just gonna take all your stuff.
Should we check into another game over here, or should we make sure
Sure.
that mate isn't hung on G7
You
and
should
then
check
check
Queen's
into another
Crawl's
game?
game, I think.
Okay. Queen's Crawl
Yeah, I
versus
don't like
Ponziani
what
Master.
Michael is doing there. I mean, it worked once against Frank in the preliminary tournament. It did not work again. I don't know why he's repeating it. The same emotional G5.
And I'll back up to show that on the board here. That was the move 14 G5. Yeah, very similar position to the one he won in like, what, 25 moves? But I think he played G5 even earlier, didn't he? In the game against Frank?
Under better, I mean, against Frank, he played it under better circumstances. Here, it's just a bad move because it weakens so many squares around the king, and he got immediately punished. So this is not a great move.
But the defense after that seemed to be pretty good. I mean, with the queen trade, White's extra pawn's not looking amazing.
Yeah, he's called it now. Now he's called it.
But H5 is a new weakness that White can actually get at. Ooh, King D6 in time.
Yeah, I like how Jesse is handling this.
You wouldn't have played Rook E5, Eugene?
Maybe, but you still can put pressure.
I'm a little concerned about Michael because he was in our practical games. He was blundering quite a lot of things in time trouble. Otherwise, he was showing really great skills in the opening phase and middle game, and he was giving up quite a lot of things in the time scramble. So I'm really concerned about.
And right now he's playing with only 6 seconds, sometimes down to 5. So he's
Rook
pretty
A1 is a
much
great
fully
move.
on the increment.
That one's really nice. That's nice.
Even though we didn't work on end games, but Mitch knows what she's doing.
Her problem is, how does she activate the rook on F3, right? That's her question. And here
Maybe
she
she wants to
comes.
put on
She's going to go
E5?
for it.
She found it.
Yeah, rook E5 now.
And then Rook G5 maybe after Rook H8.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh,
maybe
she's
still
in
Black
control.
this.
Uh-oh,
Rook
I don't know about
E6.
King H3. Yeah, rook G6. Oh, bummer.
What?
Bummer.
Maybe she wants F3 G4.
Yeah, she can do that.
G4 immediately.
Whoa.
She
that's
rushed
a
it. She
blunder.
rushed it and blundered.
Just, yep, no, but it's okay. King G3. Oh.
Now it's everyone's
Oh.
game. This is
Yeah,
everyone's
now
game.
it's unclear. But see, that's where the 2 seconds were. It seems like Ponziani Master was busted, but the 2 seconds and he's back in the game.
Right.
Well, he was doing some special blitz training with.
But Black is
Arturs.
taking over. Rook F5, Rook F3 is incoming.
Yeah. That's game.
Yeah,
Rook
she just
F3.
hesitated a little bit there.
Yep, that's game. C3 is fallen and all the pawns are collapsing.
Although the A6 pawn is also falling, still is not clear.
Oh.
Oh, all three results very possible.
Maybe
Ghost
a
has
draw.
been watching. Ghost has been watching.
I don't see how.
Is that
White's
time?
taking a draw. Okay,
Oh,
okay,
she
She
well,
flagged.
did lose on time.
Oh.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. See,
Brutal.
because she was so much ahead on the clock that she might have forgotten that she was getting too low.
It's hard to make
feel
that
sort of-
transition when your opponent has 5 seconds for a long time and you have 30
Yeah.
or more, and then suddenly you're in the same boat as they are.
I feel sort of sorry for Jessie because she felt she deserved the win, but I'm happy for Michael as he is my teammate.
Of course. And I think last week in the draft tournament, we also saw Jessie get a lot of good positions, and sometimes they went against her in time scrambles. So this feels like maybe a problem that has happened before.
Hey, can we briefly pull up the standings just so we can see how everyone did? We're already running into our next round here pretty quick.
Game that may not have been rematched, Kostius, you might want to tell Chess Coach Net, make sure that.
Oh no, I see their.
I see their game.
See the second game.
Okay. They're playing, yeah.
Okay.
We currently have the rematch between Ponziani Master and Jessie here again. But Jessie, would you like to look at a different game?
I'm having trouble finding Kimmy or Michael.
I've got them here. So I just pulled them up. Whoa, this is a sharp position. And
okay, standings are ready.
Kimmy's got Nice Cream 18 as her handle. And
oh, I see. Right.
It's Dylan.
Wait,
she's
sorry,
playing
guys.
D-91.
Sorry, interrupt you. What happened in the game between Ponziani Master and Queen Scroll? Why it's 0-1?
Oh, I don't know. Let me check with Michael. That's kind of weird.
Did he lose the connection?
Yeah, it's quite possible. Let me send him a message real quick.
By abandonment, it says. Abandonment, maybe he lost the connection.
Okay. Wow.
That's a connection issue, as you say. There's just no communications that the server's picking up. Could be all sorts of things, whether his local internet or some ISP along the way.
And, you know, guys, I'm going to say that the two guys that I think are strongest, though I'm willing to imagine that there's other people out there. I'm going to discover them today. But Chess Gains and Mitch has just won a piece. So he's got the octopus again. So he's just a man on a mission over here.
Can he play Rook takes G7 right now?
Whoa.
Look, a checkmate, no?
Flip this board, make sure we get it from the white perspective.
That looks pretty good.
This looks like a Caro EF. Caro?
Yeah.
Which is what Carlsen is playing right now.
In general, I think that this is a great opening for Blitz, but maybe not against someone who's so comfortable in dynamic positions as Kimmy. She seems to be.
And she goes for it.
Get him. Oh, yeah.
But there's chances to go wrong here as white.
Yeah. I think bishop takes G6 is right, and it's not check for a move. So it's a little bit, you feel a little bit nervous playing it.
Well, Eugene, Rebooks just dropped her queen.
Uh-oh.
Frank is on the loose. Frank is on the loose. I was making fun of Frank last time because I'm so old that I feel bad that my chess is poor. So since he's the only old guy in here, I was like, oh, he has no chance. He just won a queen. He just won a queen.
But let me remind you how the qualification tournament was going, because he was coming 2 out of 2. Then he lost this game without a fight against Michael. And then he made this very weird rook sacrifice, rook 1 to a6. You still remember it? Probably,
yeah.
Right?
Uh-huh.
So I thought he was very actually close to win the tournament. So I'm not surprised he's doing well.
Right. Yeah.
Is there anything in this position for Dylan to try? Or is this like mate in 3?
Mate. As far as I can see, yeah.
Well, and I think Alex has, to me, the most interesting team because he's got the very top. Remember, Alex got to do the first pick, and then he got the last pick. You know, so he's got Mitch at the very top, and Dylan, who I really think is struggling to improve his chess, very much working on it. He's got a great YouTube channel. But I think he's going to get taken in this tournament. I think he's just going to get wrecked. And that's what we're seeing so far.
And we just saw Kimmy finish that game off with mate coming on h8. And that'll be a highlight for her to be posting all over social media. Get the hashtag ChessDojo, hashtag Ultimate Sensei in there. Really beautiful finish. And I know Kimmy, from what I've seen, really likes pretty studies, pretty checkmates and things. So that probably was very, very satisfying, particularly for her. Jesse, which game do you want to go to?
Well, I just want to tell you guys, looks like
go ahead.
we got Queen's Crawl and Michael to restart. So Michael and Jesse are back on.
Okay.
But yeah, I think we should jump to
Are they
Mitch's game. Maybe we
restarting
could
the
see
game,
the end.
or they're playing the next game?
Mitch's game. Okay.
I think Michael and Jesse they're replaying their second game.
Okay.
Because he disconnected.
Oh, I thought we were talking about game one where there was a time forfeit, but I guess the time forfeit was correct, and the second game had a different internet issue. Is that correct?
Yeah. I think Michael won the first game fair and square, and then disconnected during the second game.
Okay, gotcha.
Oh, and Kosi, do we have a cross table ready to show people?
Should be ready, yeah.
All right, I'm gonna switch over there, and I realized I didn't have the audio configured, but I'm gonna. And it should be coming through now. Chat will tell me if it's not. Standings up at the moment, and right now, as I'm seeing it, only Kimmy has 2 points.
No. Frank as well has 2
I think
points.
Frank won 2 games.
Okay. I'm seeing that get updated as we're looking at it.
And that, 2 more matches still ongoing.
And,
looks
and
like
Mitch just won too, so
There's 2 for Mitch.
Yeah.
So early
Sort
leads
of an
for
artistic
Kimmy.
final position.
And Mitch honestly playing a really not only winning 2, which is cool, but beating one of his top competitors in this Blitz event here with Chess Games, I think.
Ooh, nice checkmate there at the end.
Wow. -6.
I'm telling you guys, Mitch is a very angry man. He's a very angry man.
I think all of the knight checkmates are lovely, right?
Everyone saw the Nihal Sarin checkmate from the Junior Speed Chess Championship, right?
Yeah, that was sick.
Sure.
That was fantastic. Every night checkmate is amazing.
Knight of 192, and he saw it in seconds.
He plays with 1 second increment, like so much better than I could ever play. It's amazing to watch him move. It doesn't even seem like he's in time trouble when he has that 1 second increment. Which game should we go to now here?
There's only one.
Ponziani Master versus Queen's Crawl?
Just the one game, because they had the late start. I'm wondering if I should let everyone know to hold up a few minutes, or do you guys think they should just go ahead and start their second game?
Yeah, I think they should start.
And we can even
I don't know
start
if it
them.
matters.
Comment from the chat here.
I think it would be good to just let it all sync up, because these 2 players will mean that 2 games aren't starting at the same time as the other 2.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah.
But then we'll get more of a staggered view, so we can actually see more games. So I don't know, might be okay anyway.
Well, I'll tell you, Costa, Charlie Drummer's making a good point in saying that he wishes his wife and kids loved him as much as GM Pride loves Mitch. And honestly, at this point, I'm pretty sure I love Mitch more than my wife loves me too, man. I'm up here doing chess stuff and the kids are screaming downstairs. I guarantee it.
Nice knight a4 for there.
She's playing a good game this game.
And keep in mind, she could have taken just the victory, right? She basically allowing white to replay a game from scratch.
Good sports.
Yeah, I don't know, Eugene. I think if you're going to do this blitz training, you better teach her to play dirty, because that's the only way you can win like this, my friend.
But she would be a good candidate for the fair play prize.
Yeah, we're definitely going for the fair play prize.
And Jesse likes players who are angry, not players who engage in fair play. Anger, that's the way to go.
Well, Eugene, you talk about playing blitz and training for blitz. No, you got to hurt people here. This is like, if they do something, there's no fair play. Take them out. Take them out. There's no one's going to give her the take back. No.
I would.
Well, that's why you're not in this event, David.
Although in the history of chess, there has been some nice world chess champions,
Uh-huh.
like Kramnik,
You,
Petrosian, maybe.
you say that
Oh,
like they're exceptions to the rule.
They're exceptions for sure. Yeah.
Why is he an exception?
Why is Kramnik an exception?
Yeah, sure.
Because he says that in a lot of interviews that it was never his dream to become like a super competitive world chess champion. He just loves playing chess. He's an artist, and he's not super competitive. All that stuff.
Jesse, how do you like Mitch's prep this game?
Let's check it out.
What do you think of your boyfriend's opening here?
Oh, God. What happened to him, man? He's getting taken out. And I'm partly responsible for this, too, I got to say.
I think you're the one who told people to play the exchange French. What is this?
Well, he understood because he does all this opening prep, but he understood that it's actually very annoying to play against the exchange French. He's losing his mind, like A4 in this last move. I mean, he's totally lost his mind. Uh-oh, Mitch. This doesn't look good, buddy.
Maybe too much studying chess can actually hurt.
Maybe. It's not. Oh, I didn't like that last move too much.
Do you like
Bishop F4. Oh, man, oh, man.
Queen G2, Rook G3. Pawn takes F4. Rook G2, Rook E7, Rook G1. And
He
black
can
wins.
play Queen B5 now.
I don't know if she saw that in 3.8 seconds.
Yeah, Queen B5, Mitch. You can do it, buddy. You can do it. I love you more than my wife loves me.
Here, Queen F1 looked very strong.
Oh, 95. 95's a good move, my friend.
Queen G4 is revealed.
But there's Queen
Now,
E7.
95,
I hope
though.
somebody's gonna clip this. Really.
95 is going to work, though, because
But
he
knight
has
takes
93.
E5.
Yeah, knight takes E5 is totally good. I think. I mean, I don't see anything wrong with 95.
And what about Bishop E3, Queen G4, Queen E6? Is that?
Maybe.
That's risky.
Yeah.
Wait, what is wrong with Bishop E5 again?
Yeah, that's my question.
I honestly, I think everything works. Everything works. 95 worked, Bishop E5 worked, and now 93 is a body blow. 93 is total body blow.
Oh, come on.
It's almost forced, so you got to
he
go.
did it.
Yeah, there we go.
He did it. Oh,
Yes.
Mitch, buddy.
Oh,
Wait,
man.
You know what, guys? He lost to her last week too, right?
Oh, yeah.
Look at
Mitch
David.
also.
Jimmy's laughing in my DMs right now. That was great.
Last week, Mitch lost to Rebecca, I think, in the first tournament. As far as I remember.
I'm trying so hard to remember that game, and I believe you so much.
That was the
that I
game where
don't.
he got his bishop trapped with like H3, G4.
Ah,
on the king side.
yes.
Yeah.
She converted very nicely in that game. Absolutely.
Mitch might go. He has to be careful not to go on tilt here. Now, this is the famous Jan Gustafsson opening repertoire for black that Mitch is busting out here.
Is he thinking on the opening theory before his opponent?
He's thinking a little bit about this G3 move.
Nice.
He is thinking.
Was the resignation last game a little bit early for a blitz game, or did you guys think it was well timed? I was surprised to see it.
I don't know. Once someone plays knight d3, maybe it's over.
He definitely played too fast. Alex needs to talk to Mitch because Mitch, we've seen this on the Sunday night fights too, is he will often move too fast in a normal game, and then he can do it here too. And what he did here, Bishop C4,
Yikes.
pretty clever looking.
And the knight's not getting trapped on A1, or is it still good for black if it does get trapped?
Right, even if it does get trapped, we still have pretty reasonable chances, and white has to spend a lot of time to get that knight too. But I don't see any other choice for white, right? You gotta go into it.
Yeah,
And
if you played a3.
it helps black, of course, that B3 is weak, so it's much easier to get the knight out than it might normally be.
Right, though there is going to be a bishop on C4.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So it's b4, a5, bishop b2, rook b8, that kind of stuff. Looks like white's going to lose every queenside pawn, but get the knight, maybe?
Something like that, yeah. And here I guess, what, b3 or b4 are the question marks, right?
Well, b3, rook b8, then you have to defend the b3 square.
And then knight d2. The problem with b4, right, is that you're going to allow the a5s of the world, or c5, and maybe that's not that big of a deal.
Oh,
But
actually, you're right. b4, a5. You don't want to take it because of rook b8, but if you play bishop b2, a takes b4, bishop a1, b takes a3, that's quite a pawn.
And she did play b3.
Wow. On the Jesse level. You should be her sensei instead of me.
Knight d2, very good. And now dude needs to slow it down. Bishop c5 is a good move. Ooh, I don't know about a5.
He needs a really good move here.
That's it.
He didn't slow it down enough.
Clever idea. Knight takes b3 is his idea. If you found this, I'm really impressed.
Oh, dude. Oh, Mitch! Mitch is on fire. Oh, David, what do you want to say now?
How did he find it that fast?
What do you want to say?
That fast? Oh my God.
Mitch is coming for you.
Oh, we're bleeding here.
Oh, you are bleeding.
That's it.
I love
so
Mitch more than my wife loves
Jesse.
me.
Was Alex's student.
But this was sick for Mitch because playing a5 that quickly, to have the ability to spot all of this so quickly, and then to be clever to like play it so fast is really impressive for Mitch.
He didn't really give Kimmy a lot of time to see it coming, and she just didn't seem to anticipate this at all.
Yeah, and she could have still played a4.
Yeah, a4.
By the way,
Michael
breaking news,
lost
guys.
against-
Jesse absolutely crushed Ponziani Master in that endgame. Like, she just played like at Carlsen level. This is unbelievable.
Very cool. So Jesse and Michael split their first match.
Ooh, nice
And she
ending.
gets the bonus of the fair play.
And plus the bonus. Yeah, there we go.
The fair play bonus.
Is that worth an extra 0.1 on the cross table there, Kostya?
We'll keep it in mind. Yeah, we'll maybe call it fair play tiebreak.
There we go. I've got the game between Jesse and Frank pulled up, Queen's Crawl versus Chess Coach Net. If anyone wants to go to another game, this game is just starting though.
Yeah, let's look at this one.
All right.
Okay, so this is now officially
She's going,
round
yeah,
2.
from this hype of this beautiful win.
This is the old way to play the bishop b5 Sicilian. Pretty good. And the idea for her, right, is just to push for d4, d5 as quick as possible.
Yeah, very easy setup to learn.
I'm surprised that Frank rushed with d6. Pretty sure this is not the move which I recommended to him.
Tusk tusk.
Tisk. He's got just a very solid setup now after e5, though. Very solid. Bring his knights out.
Yeah. Light square is a bit weak though.
In Blitz, it doesn't matter.
Yes,
It doesn't matter.
I like white.
Yeah, white might be a little better, sure.
If I could start every game from this position, I'd take it.
I bet you Jesse's thinking about d4, but then yeah, knight a3 is the right plan.
But then again, for black, it's quite easy. Knight g7, short castle f5.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe take it on c6 was a little bit of a small inaccuracy.
Well, right, and this is just Blitz, but I would say, Eugene, if she needed to understand that the knight on c6 was dominated by the c3 pawn, and that her bishop, her light square bishop, was unopposed and pretty beautiful. That's why Proust liked white in the first place, was because of those light squares.
I would have played a4 so that if a6 ever comes, I can play bishop c4. If knight a5, I can play bishop a2. I would have cherished that bishop.
Uh-oh, cherished. There's cherishing going on.
I mean, white is still pretty comfy with the knight on c4. Not easy to break through black's position at all.
But the knight on c4 could have been there with a pawn on the b file instead of a pawn keeping like the d5 square secure.
That's true. Yeah, this actually pawn on c6, even though it's a double pawn, it actually benefits black.
And white has to worry a little bit about d5.
I don't like that Frank is playing so quickly. I mean, he has 2 minutes and 50 seconds. There is no need to rush this. Knight E8, knight c7, knight e6, f5. This is something I would invest a good 20 seconds to come up with this idea. And he's just rushing. Rook b8, queen e7. I don't like this.
And to Artur's last point, instead of rook fc8, queen c7 definitely made more sense as a question to ask white.
But Frank is a very fast player. This is how he plays.
You know, as long as he doesn't blunder anything, I think he can just tell himself he's going to pull this thing out. And there he goes with d5. And I think in a normal game, d5 would be a risky move. But here, it's kind of harder to meet in a blitz format.
Is there any good way for white to transform this position?
Maybe queen c2.
Yeah, queen c2 and c4. And queen d2 is queen d2 is a thought, but I don't know what's next.
But it's walking into potential d4. I'm a little bit afraid.
Oh, and he better have she better have something special after taking it on d5.
Maybe bishop f4 she wanted.
She's
Whoa, he takes d5.
Yeah, she's worse. She's worse here. Queen d6 is a natural move.
And queen d6 threatens d4, right? Which isn't possible right away because there would be a pin on the e-file.
I want to say e4 does not look right. You're putting your queens out of balance there and all kinds of stuff. It doesn't feel good to me, e4.
Maybe white can lock it up with d4.
Well, also bishop f4 whenever she wants.
Why not even simply take d takes on e4?
Yeah, they're doing okay.
Yeah, I also don't like e4.
Maybe she wants an outpost on c5.
She was listening to you though, man. You challenge you.
I'm channeling.
Channeled, yeah.
Look at that beautiful outpost. b3 is coming. Bishop f4 is coming. In blitz, I feel like it's a little bit easier to be white now in blitz.
Yeah, e4 was just a bad move, and Frank is now gonna have to spend some time figuring out the position because it's a little poor.
If he goes knight d7, then knight a6, rook a8, knight b4 looks like it fails.
Well, instantaneous knight a6.
He thought about it and went for it anyway. But
well, actually,
is a pawn, right?
in one of the exercises, Jesse saw tactic faster than me. One of our practice games. So
F3?
She sees these things really quickly.
Did it involve taking a pawn?
I love the knight on b4.
Yeah.
Still not easy. I mean, she's got a lot of tough games. She's like, all the games are going to end games.
Mm-hmm.
I felt like there should have been some way to attack the dark squares around the white king. F3 in conjunction with H3 just kind of concerns
Now, white just
me.
needs to trade queen somehow. That would be...
Frank is rushing.
G4, I like G4.
Yeah, G4, king G2, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Get in some space.
Queen F4?
Queen F4 is a very nice move.
What about H5, though?
Yes, H5 is annoying.
There it goes.
So it looks like white's dropping a pawn.
Queen e5, black can go like queen f7.
5, queen d7.
Yeah, very annoying.
I think it's unclear.
You can play king e2 and then HG. If black takes on g4, you take on d5.
Oh, queen f7 is definitely a good move here. Or d7.
D7 is also okay. Yeah. Now knight g4 is coming. Yeah, this is not looking very good for white now.
Ooh, EH. Check to the miserable king.
That feels like a blunder to me.
Check to the
And
miserable
now,
king.
Knight g4 maybe.
Now,
Or queen
Frank,
f3
sit
first.
and calculate.
Knight
Sit and
g4,
calculate, Frank.
hg6 is complicated.
Check.
G2. So now king d1, I guess, or king e1 somewhere.
Oh.
That looks scary.
Oh,
Offering
yeah.
to take.
Check.
And then g takes and knight g4.
Okay. Oh, something terrible is about to happen.
Can she survive this?
HG at least.
Queen d1.
Queen d1, bishop
Queen d1,
e1.
knight f1.
Bishop e1, bishop e1.
Bishop e1, only move. Wow. It's still a fight.
Not
Somehow.
over yet. The knight on b4 is covering.
And g6 is weak, actually. I don't know what's going on now.
G6 and e3 are hanging too. Right?
Yeah. Maybe Frank rushed it. Oh, but this is
Now
bad.
the A pawn.
Trade and win and take the D pawn.
Yeah, but take the D pawn. Take.
And that's game over.
Oh.
Wow,
Very
what a
good.
comeback.
Snapping
Frank,
those
what are
pawns.
you doing?
Arturus, man, you were totally right about the time. He played this.
He was
way
rushing
too
it.
fast.
And now the E pawn is fallen. What is going on? Okay, barely fallen. Okay, bishop h6.
No, it's gonna fall.
Yeah, 97.
Okay, she can just take. Oh, look at that knight g8.
Oh, knight g8. I didn't know.
Oh. Wait, why did she take on
Did
g4?
you take the knight on g4?
Wow.
What is this nuance?
Never knight on g8.
That was weird.
Got it under control. She's doing all right.
Frank, think.
Are there gonna be any like huddle halfway through where the coaches can give some pointers?
I think that's
If
a
you
really
guys-
good idea.
Are you
guys
guys
want, we
not
can-
giving pointers? I'm giving them advice every move.
Take a break.
Oh, look at that bishop d8.
Yeah, bishop d8. Very nice move. Check.
Ostracizing the knight.
Ostracizing. Oh,
That is a
man.
great word. That's the word of the day. Gotta
Wait, the
type
pawn
that in the
can't be
chat.
stopped. The pawn can't be stopped, guys.
It's over. Yeah.
It's
She
over.
did it.
The knight can't come back. Bishop is covering b6. Look at that. I mean, her two endgame games are unbelievable. The previous game she won. Look at that too. She played really well.
So what are the standings after 4 games?
Yeah, let's
Right,
see
let's
the
switch
standings.
over there.
Do any of you guys have that?
Yeah, I'm updating the standings just as the games are finishing. So these guys, I think they are still playing their first game of this match. Jesse versus Frank.
And we've got the standings displayed right now, but as you say, they're still getting updated. Are Kimmy and Mitch in the lead at the moment?
Let's see.
You know they each have 3 out of 4.
No,
After
Mitch
4
lost a
matches.
game. Yeah, Mitch lost one game. So
Well, didn't they play each other and swap 1-1?
Yep.
right.
Oh, they did. Okay, so Mitch and Kimmy should be 1-1 each. Got it.
All right, so Jessie gets a point. So she won 2 in a row.
No, isn't that her first one against Frank?
No, she won the previous game. I just
Oh,
mean
she
like
beat
2
Michael.
games.
That's
in a row.
right. Yeah, so Jesse has 2. Right. And I think Chess Gains beat Dylan. Looks like both games. Yeah, let me update that. So Chess Gains Max has 2 now.
So they're still in round 2, and everyone else is in round 3 or waiting to play against them.
And Ponziani Master is about to take a 2-0 win over Rebecca.
Yep, she's down a piece here. Looks pretty straightforward for black.
What I'm concerned about is Frank. He has this thing after painful losses. He told me about how he was feeling in the preliminary tournament against Michael when he lost the game badly and he could not concentrate for the next game. And we talked about this, how important is that psychology. And I hope he is going to recover, really. But
What are the tips from the coaches for recovery in these kinds of situations? I feel like this is one of the most relatable things for many students these days.
take a deep breath. Think positive. It really depends on the person.
Think about how happy your opponent must be and be glad for them.
No, definitely not.
That's not the kind of thing an angry player who Jesse would really respect and love more than his own family does.
Right.
Well, in terms of nice guys, at least right now, David, the nice guys team, I think is basically the favorites going right now. We got Kimmy and Chess Gains both doing pretty well. Chess Gains lost 2 points, but that was against the dreaded Mitch. So like going forward, that team is looking strong today. I would say when I'm looking at these, what's going on here.
Okay, no comment. I mean, I'm sorry. I mean, I didn't laugh like about you, definitely, Jesse, but I just saw what Frank is doing. Okay.
Okay, let's switch over to Frank's game then. And he's playing here Jesse in the second game.
Oh, he's doing the Nimzo thing that we saw last week, right?
The same opening, Queen G4. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, that's the one.
And and Rebecca didn't know, or she didn't know what, or no.
It was Jesse, so that's the same
what
opponent.
to do. No one taught her. No one taught her what to do. Oh, Eugene, you got to teach her what to do.
We didn't even get to the openings yet.
You got to. We knew this was
not
coming.
To play this. I so begged Frank not to play this. I said, "This is bad. I mean, don't play this, please." I mean, you
it's a good line. It's a.
But
good
actually, I prefer Black's position. Not so bad, Jesse, right now.
No, it's not so bad, too bad at all, and especially if she's going to.
Rook C2. Look at that. I don't know. Black's maybe taking over.
It should be 5.
There should be 5. Game over.
Let me just say, Rook F1 was so fast. You just play Bishop E3, you know.
But he's tilting. He's tilting.
He's tilting. I think that's totally fair to say. He's tilting. Yeah. And yeah, he's going so fast. He's lost his mind. And there's no play here for White in this position.
Well, this is what I was talking about. I was so concerned this might happen. But really, let's not write Frank down. I mean, he has to remember what we talked about.
He's got a lot of ammunition here, Archer's, in future lessons to say, you must listen to me or this will happen again.
Maybe he wants Bishop F6. I'm not even sure if that threatens anything.
Doesn't threaten anything, really.
It looks scary, though.
Queen C3, there's Rook F2, so it's hard to move a lot right now for White.
Can we get any advice from the coaches on what to play if Frank does this against you? Like if someone in the chat here gets Frank in some tournament and we hit Queen G4 on the board, what's the best antidote?
You got to play Queen A5 check. Queen A5 check is really annoying because if C3, you can play CD. And if Bishop D2, you got Queen B6. If Knight BD2, you got Knight B4. And it's kind of it's very unfortunate because otherwise I think it would be fine. The whole idea would actually be pretty interesting. And his mistake, honestly, was it was way too fast playing the game.
Yep.
But as we're seeing, the openings don't really matter that much unless you're Mitch, of course. lots of blunders left and right, lots of mistakes later in the game. So it feels like the openings don't matter as much in the Blitz format.
Yeah, they still, you're always going to get another chance even if you get a bad opening.
Well, this is also something I was telling them. Despite the fact you might be landing in a bad position after the opening, you will be getting chances from your opponent. Just don't let your guard down and expect them.
You know, like for example, Ponziani Master, he's been doing this setup. And for Blitz, honestly, I think it's a good thing to play a setup opening. You know, just one where you kind of know where the pieces are going to go, not a lot of theory, and then you can just kind of push the pieces around very quickly, like White is doing here.
He's already up more than 20 seconds very, very quickly.
Yeah, right. And these guys are their friends, right? This is in a way, it was kind of a shame that these guys can't train as a team. You know, I was kind of thinking in hindsight that in the same way we got hashtag Chess playing together,
right?
These guys should be, you know, they're bros on their own chess improvement quest and probably should be together as a team as well.
Eugene had the big brain move to draft fully as a team here and
that's right.
to work together.
I feel there is a hidden pun directed towards me for not choosing.
I think it's pretty well hidden if it's there.
Yeah, no, I don't even know if you had the choice to choose them both, you know, because we're just the way we did it.
Yeah, okay. I mean, I started with Frank. Yeah, if I had started with Michael, then maybe I would have thought about Eugene's approach, which was actually quite smart, really.
I think Michael's an interesting guy for me following as a chess fan because, you know, even though he's going to get raged upon in this tournament, he is doing interesting stuff in terms of his own chess improvement and really going for it in a way that's, yeah, pretty inspiring, I think, you know. So even though he's going to die, he's going to get crushed, I still think it's really fun to see the guy try to make it, you know.
How do you guys think that Dylan is doing here? He's leveled on time. He's actually up 10 seconds now. He's got pressure against A3. Is he doing all right?
I like his position.
Yeah, very much fun.
It's about equal.
He's ceding something like 400 rating points to Ponziani Master here, so that's always going to be a challenge. I don't know how the dynamic works when they're friends, roommates, partners in enterprise.
And Jesse
together.
just checkmated Chess Coach Net. Sorry to interrupt.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Let's switch over there.
So that's
Hey,
2-0 for Jesse, right?
Oh, I
Yep.
think I got the wrong game between the two of them. There we go.
She played that game really well, start to finish.
Oh yeah, she played unbelievable, and like her end game skills in both games that I saw are incredible.
Yeah.
Hey,
I
maybe we
mean,
could quickly switch over to the standings just because they're updated after
Okay.
2 full rounds. But we got 4 players on 3 points: Kimmy, Michael, Jesse, and Mitch. And then a couple players on 2 points: Max and Frank.
And Rebecca and Dylan trying to get on the board right now.
Beck and Dylan trying to get on the board, right? And round 3 has started. We got 3 games so far. I think Mitch and Frank might take a sec. Oh no, it looks like they're started. So I think Jesse's game is going to start shortly.
Well, why don't we go to Rebecca or Dylan's game, and let's blatantly root for them. I think we'd all love to see them get on the board here.
Oh, we actually had this position with Rebecca in our practice games.
This is the fantasy variation. He played this in the last
Yes.
tournament too, right?
Yeah, she didn't know this F3 move, and so I told her just to play very calmly, don't go into the main line, just play solid chess. Although the plan with Queen A5, we didn't go, or we went over with B6, Bishop A6 plan.
And I just posted in the chat, you can watch Chess Gaines' plan. I think he's the only one streaming himself, but maybe if there's somebody else that knows of other people streaming, that'd be cool to know too. I like watching people stream. I like the facial expressions and all that stuff. So that's kind of cool to see. Just ask you, Eugene, hashtag Chess isn't streaming this, right?
Yeah, they decided to focus solely on the games themselves rather than do both, because it's a little too distracting.
I think Rebecca's crushing here with that C4 move. Crushing.
She doesn't usually play the French though, so
Yeah.
I
thought maybe she could just take on A3 and who cares.
Yeah, I don't think Bishop C3 is what she wanted. I don't think she wanted Bishop
Queen's
C3.
leaving
With
the
the
board.
queens off the board, white should be okay now. I think.
Oh, yeah. I didn't like the queen straight down. Now white's totally fine.
As a French player, I dream of getting in C4 and then B5 and B4, and no one ever allows it. It's so sad for me to see the queens leave the board here.
Okay, black can still go for this plan without the queens, but you're right, it's not as dangerous.
And Mitch just blundered a piece against chesscoach.net.
Oh, Mitch, buddy. What's going on, man?
You praise him too much, Jesse.
Come on, Frank. You can do it.
Oh no, Bishop D5. And he gives the rook instead of the knight.
And he traded queens. Why'd you trade queens, buddy?
Panic. He's panicking.
He's losing his mind. And Frank has got like a gazillion hours left. Frank is playing as if this is like a ultra bullet event, man. Yeah.
Yeah, Frank's on autopilot
Frank,
the
this
entire
is not
time.
a bullet event. Man, you can think. You can think.
Oh, this is a big. Mitch is losing his mind, man. He's totally lost his mind.
And he may go on tilt after this game, who knows?
He's already on tilt.
I think
He's
it's
already
halfway
on
tilt
tilt.
here, actually.
Oh no. Rebecca just allowed knight takes D5. I think she could have moved her king instead of playing B5.
Yeah, she blundered the tactic for sure.
That's what happens when you play
That's
chess
sad.
games,
Now that-
buddy. That's what
That
happens.
thing is trapped. What's
Maybe she can trap the knight on B6 with rook B8 or something like that, but then
No,
Yeah,
she
she
D5.
has to avoid
D5.
D5 somehow.
You just give back a pawn with D5.
First, like move her bishop to F5 or something, and then go for the knight.
Chess games would
Maybe
never
knight
give a
takes
take
D4
back.
Or knight D4 is great. Yeah, that's much better.
and king C5.
I'm going to switch over to the student
Thinking
scene
at
for
the
just
right
a
time.
moment. And we can kind of shout out the Twitch channels and YouTube channels for everyone, which I don't think we've really done yet. And so maybe this is a decent moment.
Oh, absolutely, guys. Yeah, you should all follow. First off, the coaches that are doing private lessons every week with their students, as well as Sam Copeland, our excellent host. You should follow him as well, as he's streaming. And yeah, the students, a lot of them just go by their chess.com names. We have ChessCoachNet, we have Chess Gains, and of course we have #chess. And finally, we have Chess Lifestyle on YouTube. That's Michael and Dylan's channel. And they're basically doing like a chess vlogging channel, which is very unique. You don't see a lot of people doing that right now.
And do I understand it right, Kosta, that they are roommates? I heard that, but I just wanted to check if that's true.
They might be. I know Michael lives in England and Dylan is from the States, but did live in England at some point. I don't know if he's currently living there, but I think they might have been roommates at some point. Maybe they are now. Yeah.
I said that, but I'm actually not sure. I just had seen their content, and I kind of thought that was the case, but I might be incorrectly assuming.
Currently, they're not, but there is an intention to go back to the UK for Dylan.
Alex with the info. Thanks, man.
And by the way, they're fighting it out. They've got 6-7 seconds each.
Okay.
And Dylan made a great comeback from a difficult position. And now he's the one putting pressure on.
Oh, nice.
Opposite colored bishop rook endgame. I just pulled the game up.
And Frank takes it down. Nice.
Go team
Imagine I'm
Arturs.
going to be cheering so badly for Frank.
Nice.
Yes.
Uh-oh. Jessie has Queen H7 available, and she's wondering if Queen H6 is even better, huh?
Queen H6 is
Yeah.
often stronger, yeah.
Queen H6, F5, Knight G5, maybe F6.
What does Black even have for this position? I'm looking for White's missing rook, but White didn't even sack anything. They're just winning.
You mean 2 bishops isn't enough?
And White has more time.
Not a lot of
Well,
fear
Jessie is
after
pretty
they
good
moved
at
bishop
tactics.
G5 there.
I
Yeah.
believe she'll find the best move.
She's being careful.
It's an incredible use of time to
Unbelievable,
slow down
yeah.
right here.
So much confidence that she can just take this much time. F6. Reasonable move too, right?
Yeah.
And now she can drop the queen over to H6.
If she went for Queen H6 right away, maybe it was said, but what would have happened after pawn F5, Knight G5, pawn F6?
I didn't see any immediate blow there. Maybe just queen takes F6, but I didn't see any killer blow.
Ooh.
This bishop
So
takes
here's a
H7
very
was
important
missed.
moment. Kimmy should have played Queen G7, in my opinion, even though she's down a pawn.
Oh yeah, she has to trade queens. Yeah.
And I think a lot of amateurs will automatically avoid queen trades when they're down only 1 pawn. And often your king position's a bigger problem. I've been seeing that mistake a lot lately.
I like the rook E3, rook G3 idea.
Yeah. I don't like it, or I like it, but yeah, it's good.
If F4, is rook G3 still possible? So that you
Maybe
can
rook
open
H3 is even possible.
Yeah, maybe so. And yeah, some people are saying, I think Queen F7 was still, Kimmy's best defense for a while. Like, now it's just getting rougher and rougher for a king.
Although we're getting very close to that red zone with the time.
Right, where the position matters less and less.
Oh, look at that shot, bishop F5. BD tactics.
I was just thinking it didn't look so easy anymore, and then bishop takes F5, hits the board.
And now maybe bishop E4 is the simplest.
Mm-hmm.
Or bishop G2. Just get rid of that bishop so you're not getting mated anytime soon.
Rook
And then
F-
trade queens. There we go. She's trading queens.
Yikes.
She's confident her endgames.
Good play. Well, Her last couple end games were looking pretty good.
Nice. F4.
Oof. We're gonna lose this one.
Maybe C3. Rook E5.
B3, nice.
Trying to trap the bishop.
King on C5. It's better on C5.
Now C4 is coming.
Are there any trades you're trying to make here in particular, or are you just kind of encroaching in this position?
Domination is the goal. Look at that, an F5 with Rook E8. Yeah, now the pawn is gonna run. Although Rook and pawn endgames are notoriously difficult, but this one I think White has a lot of pawns.
There's a little bonus, right?
Rook D3. Pawn C4, but the black king is active. I mean, the A pawn is the most dangerous pawn here, right? Well,
White's gonna have to sack the rook.
Wait, what's happening here? King C5, King B4.
Yeah, it's getting closer to draw mode. But still. Anything, all three results are possible, perhaps.
Yeah. It could still be good for White. Yeah, it could be like...
I just like White has a little bit more time.
2-1.
It doesn't feel like White should ever lose.
Right.
Oh, this is a good idea. Take the H pawn and then sack for the F pawn.
And then sack,
Take the
yeah.
H pawn. Rook H3. Oh, now it's too late. Now they're close to each other. This is tough. I guess you can check back and forth.
Yeah,
it's still not obvious.
No, it might be tough.
And now running the H pawn.
Now it's over. H pawn.
Okay, she can even queen.
Oh my god.
Yeah. All right.
Wow.
Yes. Good job, guys.
That was tense.
Very tense game.
I feel like Black could have defended better there, like just giving more checks, right? But
Oh yeah, Black for sure could have defended that at that point.
Another in-game win, but maybe not quite as smooth as the prior in-game wins.
Wow, a lot of exchange Frenches. Jesse, you've polluted this pool.
I think Jesse stepped away for a moment, so we get to enjoy his display, including Laszlo Polgar's excellent book with 5,000-something chess problems. I think we should switch away, if for no other reason than to punish someone for playing the exchange French. Let's go over to Rebecca's game. While we were watching that endgame, did she manage to get on the board yet, or is she still searching for her first point?
I think both she and Dylan lost their first games in this round, so they're still struggling.
Dylan lost that opposite colored bishop endgame. He seemed to be pressing there for a while.
But you know, I was 0-5 against Lawrence Trent, so there's nothing more embarrassing.
I like Rebecca's position here with the half-open G file.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's nice.
Although bishop coming to F6 may be a little annoying.
Right. I thought maybe she should take on F5 with the E pawn.
Mm-hmm.
Even
Then
though,
play
I mean,
G5.
logically you want to open the G file, but it just seems like the bishop could be so good on F6. But I guess she's already working on that with F4. And did he see did he see the move F4 before he played bishop F6?
But now there is some pin on the E file. Maybe she rushed it.
If E6, Queen D4, EF7, King F7, Bishop C4.
Mm-hmm. But you can take
Could
on
you-
E6 and then Queen D4.
Right.
Then Bishop H7. No, that doesn't work here, right?
No.
So E6.
Even after EF7, maybe you could hilariously play King F8 and sack a rook.
That is a possibility.
That would be the most ridiculous solution to the position, but also the most entertaining.
Oh,
Bishop takes
blunder.
H7. We're back on the board. We're back on the board.
Wow.
Oh, my lord.
Come on, Rebecca.
Bam! She did
Yes. All right.
And you pick up the
Interesting.
bishop on
Queen
D4 at the
check,
end,
yeah,
too.
the end.
Oh, so happy if she wins this to get back on track. Queen D3
What?
could have happened.
All right, I mean, still winning, but
Yeah,
Yeah,
still quite
still
winning.
some work needs to be done, but should be able to convert.
Queen d3 earlier, as pointed out, would have picked up the bishop on d4, making things a little simpler. But okay. Archers is shaking his head quite considerably.
I mean, just what Michael is doing there, I just cannot watch. I mean, it's PG 18. I don't know. He won a pawn, then he blundered a piece, then he just won it back. I mean, it's back and forth.
What is PG-18? I've never heard of that. Is that a thing in other countries in the world? Like in
It's
Latvia?
even more intense. It's even more intense than 13. Like, even if
Gotta
you're
be at least
17, you need
18.
parents.
Maybe PG 13 is more appropriate, right?
Okay. Okay.
Something PG, I don't know.
All right. So basically, there's lots of violence happening, right? But
Lots
no
of
uses
violence.
of the S word. That's the important thing.
Queen E8, Rebecca. Queen E8.
Yeah, Queen E8, definitely.
Yeah, simplify
Nice, nice. Then take on G7
and then go after the 8 pawn maybe.
right, right.
Now go after the A pawn. Aw.
All right.
All right. Sooner or later, she should win the 8 pawn. Although
Oh, if you get...
they're blundering.
Yeah, they're
Bishop takes
blundering, yeah.
B2.
Bishop takes B2, and who knows what's going to happen then.
All right. Yeah, this game gives heart attack to all the coaches.
Multiple.
Don't win d6
Weird.
after bishop h2. Okay.
Weird moves coming in.
There we go.
All right. Finally, the 8 pawn is gone.
PG 1800, yeah. That was a PG 1800.
PG 1800.
Nice.
How easy is this endgame to win? A moment ago, it seemed very easy with the black king far away. And now...
Yeah, the problem is white's king is cut off by the 2 pawns, right? So...
And also
It's
the
not
bishop
super easy.
is the wrong... No, that doesn't...
The bishop
Actually-
is kind of the right color, actually.
It's the right color, right? Yeah, because it's
It's
not
the
the
same
color
color.
of the corner. For defensive purposes, if you can exchange
Now
the b pawn,
C4.
it's often actually a draw, right? Even if you
Now
lose
C4.
both
Yes!
pawns for the b pawn.
Don't play King A3. Don't play King A3.
Yeah, that could have
Oh,
been
wow.
game over.
Max finds moves like C4. That's great. That's a great move. Now D3 should be a draw.
Right.
Yeah, this is looking closer to a draw now. Now pawn takes b3 and king takes a4.
Dude,
Yeah.
she lost. She didn't win that position. That's bad news. That's bad news, Eugene. That's bad news.
Yeah,
Well,
Oh,
she
he
gets
could
on
play
the
D2 here first.
board,
Yeah.
but I mean, this was stone cold over.
this is probably a draw.
Now, if she could be hardcore and try to win still. She could be still.
You can
hardcore,
press
yeah.
with 2 seconds. You can press this for a
Yeah,
long
you
time.
can do this.
Don't play king a2.
Yeah, I don't know where the king's going. This is one of those things that black's king is a little in danger mode.
She wants to.
All right, if she draws, at least she's gonna get on the scoreboard. And
Okay.
yeah, there you go. That's a good decision.
Acquiescence.
Our first draw.
Yeah.
Our first draw, yeah.
So how many games have been played so far?
So I think that's the end of the 3rd round. I think everyone's done. Let me update the scores real quick.
Okay, we'll switch over there and show the standings as soon as you have them, Kostya. So that's 6 games for every player at this point, right?
I believe so, yeah.
The halfway point, essentially, the half marathon. And ChessCom Events just rated with a party of 37. So welcome to everyone coming from ChessCom Events. Glad to have you all here. And this is a good moment, I guess, for station identification. This is the Ultimate Sensei competition. It is season 1. It is 1,800 to 2,000 rated players. In future, there should be more competitions with other ranges of players, so maybe 1,400 to 1,600, as the case may be. Today, we are currently doing a Blitz tournament. It is a double round robin Blitz tournament. There are 8 players, but they don't play their teammates. Each coach here on the side has drafted 2 players. So the 2 players who they've drafted won't play each other, but they'll play all of the other 6 players. 2 games, once with white, once with black. We've just finished 3 rounds at this point, and we're getting the standings updated. First place today will win $200, and second place will win $100, and both players will also get seedings into the final, which will help them out once they get up there. And I'll pull the format up here now so everyone can see that. Over here.
Oh, look at that.
And here are our players. A lot of the people who might have just come in here probably know these players. Mitch streams on the ChessDojo channel. Jesse and Rebecca stream on the #Chess channel. Super popular. Max has the Chess Lifestyle or Chess Gains? Chess Gains. Twitch.tv/ChessGains. Michael and Dylan both have Chess Lifestyle on YouTube. They work together on that. Frank is Chess Coach Net, one of the original streamers. And Kimmy has her own channel under her own name. And we can put a command here in the chat so you guys can check out all of these different streams and all of the lessons that these players are taking with all the great coaches here. And the games actually are continuing now for round 4, so we're just getting underway here. Kostya, do we have the standings? Can I switch over there for a moment?
I think the standings are updated. Yeah, if I'm missing any results, you guys can let me know. But Jesse actually won 2 against Kimmy, so she's won 4 in a row now after beating Frank 2-0. So Jesse on fire with 5 points.
Maybe even 5 in a row.
Oh, 5 in a row. That's right. She lost that first game.
Oh, wow. 5 in a row. Amazing.
Yeah.
Michael also on 5 out of 6. There were a couple players with 3. Rebecca finally got on the board that half point, and we're still rooting for Dylan to score here.
He's in great shape. Great shape
nice.
Right now.
Nice. Yeah.
I think so far, really, the best players are looking to be Jesse and Michael, at least from what I'm seeing.
We actually had a question in the chat that seemed kind of relevant. People are asking, what is each sensei's snack of choice? And they specify over the board, but I'm just going to kind of ask, like in a context like this, you're playing for a couple of hours. What would you do to make sure that you're keeping your focus
Dark
for 2
chocolate.
hours? Dark chocolate. All right. Any other selections, or is dark chocolate the way to go? And all of the senseis agree.
Nuts.
David likes the nuts. Yeah, he likes the nuts.
I like
Cashews, pistachios.
I was just eating that apple, and I'll tell you guys, it's delicious. Apples are delicious, especially this time of year. You know, just gonna get some apples.
I've heard that apples are actually a really good natural energy, and I always have them at over-the-board tournaments because I don't want too much sugar. I feel like I crash at some point. But I have apples. I also typically have mints because mints kind of give me a little more focus. I feel like my senses are a little sharper if I have like an Altoid or something.
I thought bananas were best, no?
Maybe.
Bananas are good because they have potassium.
No cramping. That's really, really important.
For your mouse hand.
Right? I did a...
Well, it looks like Artur's team is crushing, right? Frank and Michael, they're destroying.
What do you mean? I mean, Michael is playing well. I'm afraid Frank is on the other side of being destroyed.
But his opponent just hung a rook against him, so that's helping.
Yeah, he's doing better. Frank is on even right now, 3 out of 6.
How is Mitch doing?
Mitch has got 3 points.
Wait. What happened there? I thought Frank is about to resign. How on earth he's winning this?
Dylan left his rook hanging on f7. He just left it there.
Unbelievable.
And checkmate on the board, actually. Over here on h1.
Wow.
They say it is more important to be lucky than good. Of course, all of these students are both, but certainly picking up a free rook there is the kind of luck one needs. We've actually seen several free rooks at this point in the tournament. It seems like the free rook is the hanging piece of choice.
I thought you were going to say the snack of choice for the active.
Yeah, the snack of choice.
Right.
Right.
The sensei's choice is dark chocolate. The student's choice is free rook. That's the best snack.
We could name it the ChessDojo Gambit.
The rookie cookie.
Oh, I like
We don't want a bad reputation like that.
Dojo Gambit. Funny. What do you think, guys? Should we give them a break after this fourth round?
No breaks.
No breaks.
Diet, you're bored.
I love it. Great. Then it's decided.
That's just my opinion. I'm not like, directing or anything. You choose. The rookie cookie.
Rookie cookie, I
yeah,
love it.
Eugene. Rookie cookie.
Rookie cookie.
There.
I'm looking at an interesting game of Jesse's. I don't know where you're at now, Sam, but she's won 5 in a row, so I'm kind of watching what she's doing.
Oh, look at that amazing position. Look at that. We've been working on that all the time, and she's just killing it with F6. That's exactly
That is
what we talked about.
high level. Are you sure you're not
that's
playing
high level.
Eugene? Are you sure you're not playing these moves?
Although I'm not sure if I would have played Queen takes H6, but okay, it's still good.
What would you have
It's
played
so good.
instead?
I was thinking maybe Knight H4 first to establish the knight on F5. Like a positional idea.
Wow, she's really in some like 10th gear right now.
I mean, we've been solving pretty advanced puzzles with her.
Yes, Queen G7, the move that Timmy didn't play last round against. I know you're down a pawn, but your king sucks, so just trade the queen. Yeah.
But did you forget that she just killed everyone on those end games? Like
I
Carlsen
still think you got to play your best chance. Kimmy, by not trading queens, by the time she got to an end game, she was down 2 pawns instead of 1. It was just
That's true.
suffering. It's very, very risky. I think.
No. Is there a bathroom break? People are asking.
Yeah.
Yes, everyone in the chat, you guys are welcome to use the bathroom at any point.
No, I think
No worries at
I
all. You
think the
guys
new
have our
rule-
permission.
I think the new rule in all chess competitions, if somebody asks for a bathroom break, you just say pee-pee and Pampers.
Yes, that's the new motto.
That's funny. Yeah, they are allowed a bathroom break for all the fans worried about the players. For instance, if they run over, they're allowed to take like.
By the way, guys, do you know I mean, there are lots of famous stories, but do you know lots of stories from when the FIDE introduced their time control, 90 plus 30 to the end of the game, and people who were playing on increment the last 2-3 minutes, and 30 seconds gets added, you can't get up and go to the bathroom. So a couple of players had to come up with some ways of playing, and there are quite the stories about that.
I don't know that I want to hear those stories.
Well, I mean, more like chess stories. Like, let's say you have a complicated position, you go into some endgame where it's much easier to play, the game is going to finish faster, then you can go to the bathroom.
I had a situation one time at the U.S. Amateur Team East where nearing the 40th move, when you get more time, I was totally winning. I played a combination. It's like move 36. I'm winning my opponent's queen, and she's like a 2,000 rated player. And I had basically no time, like a minute, 2 minutes on the clock. But it doesn't matter. I'm winning the queen, and there's 4 moves, and I get more time. And she had an hour on the clock. And she sat there for a literal hour so that I couldn't get up and go use the restroom because she would have moved and then I would have flagged. And that was one of the most miserable hours I've ever had in a tournament.
Yeah.
By the way, notice how Jesse doesn't go for knight e7 check. Is that amazing?
Yeah.
I mean, that's
Even
high.
in the
high
endgame,
level
she
stuff.
maneuvered her knight back to F5, winning the 7th rank G4. She's playing just perfectly.
This is Carlsen level chess.
Man. She's
Unbelievable.
playing for mate. She's playing for mate.
Rook d1, rook d7, right?
Ooh,
Oh
that's
my
cold.
God.
That's cold, man.
Nice.
Yeah.
Every white piece is so beautiful here. It's just perfect.
Here she comes. Rook d7. Thud. Check to the miserable king.
Oh my God, nobody's got a chance today.
She's just on fire.
Here it comes. Here it comes.
Made on the board.
Oh, posterized. Chess games got posterized.
How many games did she win in a row, guys?
6.
I lost count. I don't know.
6. She lost her first game, someone said, and she's won 6 out of 6 since then. So she's leading the event and just looking really, really good doing it. That was really nice.
Yeah, let's follow her next game, too. Here she's going again against Chess Games. And we got another French on the board. Yeah, all right, this will be fun. Classic mainline theory, yada, yada. Black's got 1,000 choices. Let's see what she prepared. You know, Bruce, I have to say, we haven't seen many Petrovs today. Not that many Petrovs, my friend.
Yeah.
Was that a joke, by the way?
I think they forgot our training.
Was that a joke about the Petrov, or was that?
Of course it was.
I always wanted to ask.
Somebody really prepared Petrov? We did not.
I like that the humor has evolved from jokes about the Berlin defense to the Petrov, so that's nice. We've got some variety in our draw-based humor.
We always had some bathroom jokes too. Come on.
Ah.
Yeah, bathroom jokes.
Some pee-pee jokes.
There's nothing wrong with pee-pee jokes.
I feel like
Jesse's got more fire than California.
Oh, come on.
Man.
I don't know if Costa's gonna like that joke.
Man.
I didn't get
Can
it
you
at
play
first,
94
now I'm
there?
Depressed.
Could you have played 94 so that pawn takes bishop takes c5 and otherwise you sink the knight into d6?
That's too deep. That's too deep, buddy.
Too deep.
That's...
Sorry. I was so excited about this idea.
That's a crazy idea. I suppose Black could just not trade the bishop then, like play bishop back to e7.
Here we have another endgame, my friend.
Endgame.
Would knight d6
be
good? Maybe not. It's so complicated.
Confidently
Blitz
going
Battle
into
of endgames.
bad French endgame. I love it.
She's so confident her endgame, she's gonna take any bad endgame.
I already see a recap title. I mean, hanging rooks and great endgames.
Oh, I didn't like castles.
I like bishop c6, king e7 more.
Yeah, something like that.
You had a very similar example, I think, in the draft tournament too, where another
Nice
student
Nice rook development.
Yeah, chess gains, rook h3.
Although maybe f6,
Rook to a3
though,
now.
the back
Rook
rank's
to
a bit
a3.
No, I like rook c3. That was a good move.
Okay.
He's doing well. Chess gains, man. Oh. Yeah, I just want to say something kind of obvious. She has elevated her game from when we did this show for the draft. Definitely elevated her
It's
game.
not even comparable, right, Jesse?
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, I take some credit, but I'm not going to take full credit. She did a
If
lot
I
of
was
work
the
to grow.
coach, I would have taken it.
I'd be taking credit. It's crazy. It's crazy.
I felt like she had a lot of good positions in the last event actually too, but in time trouble they were slipping away in a lot of cases. I also think that we're playing a little bit earlier. I don't know if that matters. I know that where they are in South Africa, it's a bit later in the day.
It's a bit late. Yeah, it thinks maybe 6-hour difference.
In the meantime,
I'm gonna
Frank
Google that.
won his match 2-0 against Dylan.
Who won?
Frank's up to
Frank.
5.
Frank, yeah,
Right.
chess coach.
So Dylan's still looking to get on the board.
Yeah.
He's going to do it by the end of
Actually,
the day.
I'll tell you honestly. I mean, with who was Dylan working with?
Alex.
Oh, that was.
Alex. Okay, I mean, I'm impressed definitely because I really like how Dylan is playing so far. He's a bit unlucky in decisive moments, but he's been showing really good games so far.
Yeah, I felt for him in a bunch of the games, especially this one again. The first game against Frank was really unfortunate. I think his biggest problem, at least tonight, has been just in the time scrambles. I've seen other players like Jesse, for example, has just handled time scrambles incredibly impressively. But Dylan's lost his way a little bit in those time scrambles, so something to work on.
And Dylan is, at least by the rating here on chess.com, the lowest seed. So he's giving up, in some cases, 400 points. So he's been doing really well in terms of a lot of positions. I think, you know, his play, given the rating difference, looks really to be quite impressive. I think all other players are over 1,800 at least in terms of Blitz rating, and he's at 1,650 right now. I don't know if that's accurate, but it's certainly a significant handicap.
Chess gains his last move, Rook C6. I'm impressed with that, dominating the knight.
Yeah, what idea? B3, very clever.
Yeah.
Ooh.
But
I like E5 practical. Try
an answer.
Yeah. And he needs to find Bishop B5. Bishop B5 would be a good move, I think.
That's not an easy move to play. No, he didn't find it.
Yeah, she's a pawn down. She's still going for it here, though.
Yeah.
Now E4 maybe at some point, and somehow get the knight in the game.
Yeah, white needs a good move right now.
I needed a good move last move. Now it's like,
Yeah.
I mean, he should still be winning, but
trade on E5 and play Bishop F5.
I wondered about Bishop F5 right away to keep H7 under fire.
King E2 is a good principled move.
You got to activate the king in the endgame. That's
He's just gonna run the B pawn, and now probably B4.
King B3 also is good.
It's true. Just going after the D5 pawn with the king might be pretty good here.
There he goes. Yeah. He's
the black king's pretty far away.
Was it possible to play D4?
And now King B4, King C5 with the tempo maybe.
Yeah. What's that?
It's also not that bad.
Yeah. Okay.
White has plenty of good moves. By the way, Rebecca and Kimi have 10 seconds each.
Oh, which game should we go to? I'm torn because this is really tense as well.
Probably stay on the one with close to equal material.
Okay.
Chess gains, man. He's bringing it. Oh, nice and calm. B3. Very nice move.
Solid.
And now C4. There it is. He did it. He brought it to this time.
This is it. I think King E4 is unstoppable, right, guys?
Yeah.
I really wanted to see pawn D4 and knight D5 before the king got active. Was that possible? Did white have a good response?
Yeah, I was thinking about that too, and there's a couple different places it could have happened. Well, Chess Games did it. Chess Games did it, yeah.
So what was the winning streak?
All right.
6 games. 6 games before
she got... Is that more than Caruana's?
Almost.
Sam, go to Mitch's game real quick. It's on. It's finishing, and Mitch is on full tilt.
No! Don't show me this game. I'm going to full heart attack. I mean.
Oh wow, this is so crazy.
I think Mitch has lost control.
He was absolutely lost. I mean.
There, that looks good. E4. Boom. Oh, Mitch, buddy. Oh, you're getting hammer blowed.
You might not even need the... Well, you got to have the rook a little bit more. I'm wondering, do you have to have the rook on E7? And yes, but barely.
The pawns.
Oh, Mitch is dying, dude.
Yeah, but Michael was super lucky. He was dead lost in the endgame. I mean, how did he manage to turn this around? Oh, okay, that's a mouse slip? What is it?
I don't know. It's just forget about it. Just forget about it. Yeah, Mitch, I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. This is COVID times. COVID times.
What is he doing?
Mitch is mitching it. Yeah. I don't know.
I feel like the fact that he hasn't resigned at this point, okay, and there's a resignation, might indicate a bit of tilt, especially because he resigned so early after that 93 check previously. Like he didn't fight that in-game out. He just said, all right, that's good enough. And it seems like maybe some of these results are getting to him.
We have a question to look at the standings. Maybe we can take a look.
Yeah, and then
standings are updated.
Okay.
I have a great team. Yeah, somebody said my team is doing great. But they're getting very lucky, I feel.
All right, and we've got the standings up right now, and Michael's in the lead now with 6.5.
Yeah.
Whoa.
And then Jesse's at 6.
6.5. That's insane. I didn't think
That's
anyone was
insane,
keeping up
yeah.
with Jesse.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I told you, I mean, Michael really gave me a great impression. He would be doing great in this tournament. I'm not surprised.
And Frank is on 5 points here, so he's in 3rd place. And then Chess Gains 4.5. Kimmy actually just got updated, so she's also on 5 with Frank right there. And then Mitch is on 3.5. So that last game cost him a little bit. And Rebecca on 0.5. Dylan on 0, trying to get on the board again at this point.
And I got to say the obvious. Artur's team is killing, just destroying the opposition here. It's like devastation.
Yeah.
Complete devastation. Sam, let's check out Jesse's game again. She's got a real interesting one against Demise,
Okay.
aka Dylan, and I think Dylan has played it pretty well, this positional stuff, and she did some fancy Carlsbad structure maneuvering, but I think she's in trouble. And the question will be, can Dylan convert this position?
Is he winning a piece to start?
Yeah, it looks like a piece is.
Yeah.
Well, she has some tricky thoughts. She can maybe sack on H2 after DE.
That's an interesting idea, actually.
And she's going to have to find something, obviously, or else it's just immediately
Right.
over.
I think she has no choice but to sack. And she's probably going to go for it.
Okay.
Here we go.
I think maybe knight g4 first.
Maybe knight g4 first. Makes sense, actually.
Ah.
Yeah, these positions are super tricky.
Yeah.
And there's 93, right? So Black can win back. So
Oh,
what?
knight h6. That didn't look
Yeah,
right.
that feels a little slow.
That knight even could have gone to E3 immediately.
Right,
position.
true.
And then knight G4, knight takes E3.
And my sense of that position that white was going to be better. Now Dylan hasn't won a game yet, so this is a big deal. You know, he converting this is still going to be an issue for him.
Yeah,
He's
so
had
this plan
multiple-
that's actually used in the Carlsbad is not effective against knight e2.
Right. Though you still see GMs do it. I've seen some GMs do it. Yeah. You know, it's not over yet for her. She can always dream about bring your queen to h5, like now, maybe queen a5 or something like that, and give him something to worry about. And you know, oh, knight f2. Actually, sure, knight f2, knight g4, and bring the queen in. Yeah.
She's h4 next.
She's lost here, but you know what? If I was betting, I still might. I guess I'm gonna bet on
But
her.
rook f3 is a good move. Yeah,
Yeah.
rook h3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Rook
rook f3 is at least queen f2. I mean, you know.
Yeah, still some fight.
And the knight on g4 is very annoying. I'm like, how do you get it out of there? You know? Yeah.
Now queen f2, king h1, and I don't see a killer blow.
And I think after that, maybe Dylan needs to find a plan like e5 and knight e4, you know, to
Right.
try to
Get the queen out.
to do
I feel
that.
like black needs a good square for the knight and the queen, but they're stepping on each other's feet here.
But white can move almost nothing. There may be some calm way for black to build.
But knight d1 is possible, maybe. It's a
knight
tricky
d1
move
is
to
a good
see,
move,
but
yeah.
it'd be quite nice. Here,
E5 almost for sure, right? Bring the knight on c3 into the game.
Yeah, e5 looks good, knight d1 looks good.
We haven't seen Jessie have to scramble yet today, so this is sort of a different side of her
Right.
chess for us to see. Knight
He's playing some good moves.
Yeah.
He's playing some good moves.
Very good fighting chess.
I didn't see that idea till Alex told us, so I'm impressed.
Alex, tell us a little bit about your training. I imagine it's kind of weird. Like both those guys are really ambitious chess improvers, though a little bit different in their approach, I think, with Mitch being so opening centric, and Dylan being, you know, more interested, I think, in pursuing some kind of universal sense of what chess is or something. Yeah, what's been the chemistry between those two guys like?
Yeah, so well, we've had one individual, so we had off stream one sort of introductory session with each student, and then one individual stream, and then a group stream ahead of the Blitz. I gotta say, I don't want to say it before the Blitz started, but I have to say the Blitz hasn't really been the focus for this team. I think that where they're going to shine is in the final event. Because I think that both players are stronger rapid players overall than Blitz. So we didn't focus too much on Blitz specific. I think that they're great players to work with from the perspective of their work ethic in both cases. Their drive is huge. But it has its challenges working with them because, for example, Mitch, just as Jesse, as you pointed out to us, Mitch just knows everything. Like Mitch just blew me away with everything that he's covered and he's worked on. So it's interesting from that perspective. I've just been trying to offer like practical advice and try and pick like the lowest hanging fruit in terms of refining their thinking process during the game, like you know, how to sort of calculate a little bit better, some practical tips for openings, etc. But overall, they're both quite well-rounded players. Gets at your question.
Nice. Happy to see Dylan there getting his first win.
Yeah, first win for Dylan.
That was on time, right? I mean, he was winning on position too.
Right.
Yep. Very, very nicely played by him. Feels like he's had a lot of really, really good games like that, and that's the first one where he was able to, you know, not get in time trouble and just carry it through to the finish and really, really clean play against one of the tournament leaders.
Actually convert, yeah. So guys, I'll have to be leaving in a little bit because I'm covering the US Championships, but I figure we can go through the Armageddon process in case it comes to that. I'm not sure if it will, but it might. I mean, some of these players are pretty tight. But basically, if we have any ties, we're gonna play a one Armageddon game. The color will be chosen at random, but then we'll add 60 seconds to White's clock. So it's going to be a 2-minute game, 2-second increment, and White is going to get 3 minutes with Black getting draw odds. So Sam, I guess I will rely on you to set that up.
Okay. So you say any ties. Does that mean like all the way down the board or just with first and second?
First and second.
Okay. Just check it.
Yeah. That's right.
And what happens if there's like a 3-way tie?
If there is a 3-way tie, I was thinking it's very unlikely. But if it happens, then I guess we gotta play 3 games. And then if it's still tied after that, then I'm not sure. We have to figure something out.
All right. Well, we've got 6 players here who are experienced with tournament formats, so we'll all figure it out. I see calls in the chat for Classical Armageddon, which I know was teased in the sub battle against #chess, right?
No, that was what we released as the official format for the Blitz Challenge. But yeah, that was a bit of a joke. Okay. Well, it seems like there's a lot of enthusiasm in the chat for the idea of Classical Armageddon. So that's interesting. Who's to say that would be less exciting than some of the classical games that we occasionally see anyway, and the unique formats that we see. So I feel like maybe in future there will be like ChessDojo rules, like they have Sophia rules. Like there will be built-in Classical Armageddon, and we'll talk about ChessDojo rules for the event. Yeah, absolutely.
All right, we've got Jesse's game against Dylan. Do we want to stay here, or do we have a request from a coach to jump over to a different game?
Looks like Kimmy just beat Michael in their first game this round.
Yep. Okay.
Nice try.
I was gonna say that if anyone wanted to get to that Armageddon situation, then Michael would have to slip up at some point, right? Because he was running away with things. So that was a pretty good game by Kimmy. She found a couple of nice tactics. So
yeah, this knight g6 bishop e5 was nicely spotted. But then again, I think Michael had some chances. He didn't play at the right time, knight h5, knight f4, and after that he had very little chances. I was following the game, of course.
Yeah, and then that queen e5, bishop takes on e6. It's because it's hard to put somebody away in blitz sometimes.
You know, I have a question. I'm curious what people think about kind of what they're seeing today. I'll just show that final position here between Ponziani Master and Kimberly here, and then I'll switch back to the current game. What do people think about what they're seeing today versus the power rankings? I know I filled out a power ranking. I think it was also Kostya and Jesse, so we had 3, and Kostya, you kind of put them all together to get one final ranking. And I think Mitch was number 1, and Kimberly was number 2, right?
Right.
And so our 2 leaders today, Michael and Jesse, weren't really at the top of the power rankings, but they're really shining. Who's really kind of impressing you today, Jesse?
Oh, well, for sure. Let's just say, I think one of the interesting things about life in general is when you get stuff wrong, you can think about why you did it. And I, for sure, last week was thinking that Mitch and Chess Games were going to be on top here. And I did not at all. I definitely thought maybe, you know, Jesse as a dark horse, but Michael, I just wasn't even aware. I wasn't even aware of that guy last time, and he's killing everybody at the moment. He's just destroying everybody. So that's been the biggest surprise for me. And last week he wasn't destroying everybody last week, right? It was a different event. It was like, yeah, it was a totally different flavor of Michael. A different Michael showed up.
Right.
It was a little different.
The draft tournament's 4 rounds, right? So it was rapid, so there's more time to see each player. But I mean, there's a lot of variance in 4 games. We're getting a lot more play and faster play here. So maybe arguably this is more accurate because we're getting so many more games compared to, you know, you have one bad game and then, you know, a good game that you still lose against someone. Your result can look quite unimpressive in a 4-round event, even if you played some pretty good chess and, you know, are a pretty strong player, maybe ahead of your peers. We don't really talk about variance much in chess. Like in poker, that's a huge thing. They're always talking about variance. It's expected that your results are going to be somewhat erratic statistically. But in chess, we're going to see that too sometimes, right? So 4 games, it's hard to build a power rankings that we can feel really, really confident about.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially in Blitz and with things like, tilt in the to be considered. Yeah, it's so easy to be anywhere from like 200 to 400 points, like either above or below your current rating in terms of how you're playing.
And I feel like archers, if I'm correct, you were the only the only coach to kind of mention training for tilt and the discussions you had with the players.
Let's
jump to F3. Oh my
EF3.
God.
Yeah, I was just thinking about it. Nice.
Well,
Okay.
But that's a huge move.
Try to avoid tilting. I was trying to bring up some good examples and some methodology how to avoid tilting. But of course, to say it's one thing and actually follow it's a completely different. And yeah, I mean, I'm definitely happy how my team is playing so far. Right now, I think they're struggling. I see Michael is struggling against Kimi. He just missed e-takes on f3, which was quite a nice shot. And Frank is Frank. Yeah, he is completely unpredictable, right? I mean, I've already given up to expect something logically in these games. I mean, it's up and down all the time. This is just how Frank plays. A lot of emotions, obviously.
You know, in this game with Michael, I like black, but it's not over yet. There's still a lot going on. And unfortunately, like the black pieces aren't coordinating yet on the white king. And at some point, like queen d1 or something could be annoying to meet. And the pawn on d4 has to be babysat as well. So, yeah, this is going to be exciting. And this is the closest we've seen Michael to getting taken out so far that I've seen, Yeah,
Very
maybe
exciting.
A4 right now, something like that.
Was rook e5 good? I was expecting a trade on a1 and then just trying my hardest to get that rook on a8 over to the e file.
I think it was fine. I don't think it made a big difference. Like,
Yeah, I guess I agree with that. Yeah.
and although it's messy, I think that black is just up material. I mean, just like eventually black should win.
Although it's messy, I do know how to count the pieces on the board.
Yeah.
Is something like rook h5? Well, okay, maybe not so much anymore. But even now, like rook h5 and like you try like what, g4, you sack, g5, something like that. I really want to try and win like right away.
Yeah, H3 was definitely a little weird, but I think White finally played what I wanted him to play with A4, and he's going to expand with B5. Good, and there's just questions to the D4 pawn now. And I assume Black is winning, but in a blitz game, not so easy.
Yeah, but,
and he's got the
rook e2 is a very big decision to make, right? In a blitz game.
Yeah.
I think black wants to play here bishop a5 and then rook e1. But it's, I mean, leaving the knight hanging. But it's obviously complicated to do that.
Yeah, it's getting hectic now.
It's everyone's
very
game here.
hectic.
Completely wild.
Yeah.
What?
G5 though, G5 right now. Bang!
Oh, wow.
Bang! Michael's done.
GG, yo.
Over.
I was the only one who had
Ouch.
Kimberly #1 on my power ranking, so I'm happy to see this.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Ouch.
I think I had Michael
Breathe.
Breathe deeply.
E takes
Interesting
F3.
endgame. Queen against pawn and Jesse's game.
Okay.
Queen against king and pawn.
Yeah, let's check it out.
All right, I'm going to switch
Should
over
be
to
winning.
that.
Oh man, Demise is
Ah.
breaking. He's alive here. Maybe we're seeing a new Michael. Seeing a new guy.
Nice.
All right, Dylan knows his technique.
Check the miserable king.
What?
Oh,
wait,
no.
I hallucinated. I thought the
done.
king was on
That
A2.
is good.
Me too.
That is good. Okay, king c3 and bye-bye.
Nice.
Well done.
Very, very clean from Dylan.
Dang, that's two in a row. That's two in a row.
Wow.
What? No, she won.
No, it was-
Jesse was white.
Oh,
Jesse's incredible.
Oh,
Yeah, you
oh
guys.
my God. Yeah.
Yeah, that was an
You know,
interesting game.
We
And
we
that's
saw a
supposed
good
to-
end game. I should have known immediately. I got
Right.
totally turned around in the end game here.
Oh,
Well-
Jesse's playing Mitch. Jesse.
There we go. Yeah, let's stay on this one. And by the way, that last end name, that was Kostya's revenge, because he on ChessDojo, he always wants me to put the coordinates onto the board, but because I'm a chess elitist, I don't put the coordinates onto the board.
Right.
And then when I see an end game like that, I don't know who's white and who's black. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, and Kimberly just won that game over there with the beautiful E takes F3 move, kind of the move of the day.
That 2-0 should mess with the standings.
Well,
All right.
Michael was tilting badly in the final moves. At least I could see. I hope he is gonna find time to recover.
Yeah,
Should have
it's
gotten
awkward
some
to keep
dark
playing down like a
chocolate to
queen in 3
keep
pieces.
the energy up. I just switched back to Mitch's game against Jesse, which certainly seems like it's going to be critical. This is the final round, is that correct?
And not only that, but like Mitch has been talking smack about the London, and here he goes playing the London.
He's playing, by the way, absolutely horrible as white.
Horrible
Like the
London.
worst possible knight placement in the London.
I think it's like this is like him. This is his cry for help.
This is his evil
try
twin
for
taking
help.
over.
Yeah,
Alex,
I think this is a shout out to the dojo. I think this is a shout out.
And now if the pawn goes to e5, look at the domination by black.
Alex, Eugene is just kind of dissing your student here. I think you got to speak up for Mitch.
Yeah, we haven't worked on the London yet, so I don't know. I'm to be honest, our focus hasn't actually been on openings, because Mitch really just has incredibly strong openings. This particular one maybe hasn't quite gone his way, but Well, we shall see. We shall see how if he can salvage it.
I feel it's almost unsportsmanlike in the sense that he's just really. It feels like he's throwing stuff. It's because every game it's so nasty. This one included.
But look at the sad night.
But since he's an openings expert and he goes for the London system, is he on tilt?
No, he's definitely on tilt. It's almost like he's throwing the games away. And now she's just got a real beauty of a position with both DC or D3. Either one. Yeah, so I don't know what's going on with Mitch. If I was his coach, Alex, that'd be a stern talking to, a very stern talking to. Yeah.
I think Mitch mentioned that 3+2 is not a time control that he has too much experience in. And I think it's a difficult time control to make the adjustment to from.
That's no excuse for Mitch. That's no excuse for Mitch. No.
At least H4 is a good move.
What do the senseis recommend in terms of ideal blitz time controls? Like if you're trying to work on your openings or what have you, would you recommend 3+2 or something longer, or just say get 3-0 in and just play as many games as possible? And you're going to flag, but hey, you'll get good openings practice.
Probably 3+2 is better than 3-0.
The weird thing about 3+2 though is if you go on any of the websites, it's such an uncommon time control that you're not going to find anybody to play with you, except if it's Title Tuesday.
That is a problem.
Yeah.
And even Title Tuesday switched to 3+1, right?
Did it? I thought it was still 3. Oh, you're right. 3-1. 3-1. That's right. Yeah.
So yeah, 3+2 is dying out. Too slow.
Among other things, I know we made the change to 3+1 partially so that we wouldn't have these situations where the like knight and bishop or rook and bishop versus rook endgame were kind of taking the entirety of the show, and you'd be spending 5 minutes on one endgame, and you've got players waiting to play their next game.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like Mitch is crawling back into the game.
Guys,
he's doing a bit more than crawling. He's got an E4 on the next move. It would be quite strong.
Sorry, guys, I got to be signing off.
That's a very big crawl then.
Around, and I'll be watching. If there is a tie, I'll let you know about the Armageddon and stuff. But thanks everyone for doing this. This was great. I'll be talking to y'all soon. And thanks everyone. I'll see ya.
Everybody give Kostya some love in the chat. And catch him later at the U.S. Championship stream.
And one thing I'll mention is actually Kostya, so me and Kostya for months now have been doing the Sunday night fights, and I don't think he's going to do it. I think Mr. Bruce might be with me tomorrow night. We have a question in chat of who's going to play. It's always a little bit last minute, but we usually have about 5 or 6 pretty good games to look at. And so, David, you're going to be with us tomorrow?
Yeah.
Cool. So everybody, that's going to be from 6 Eastern on, 3 Pacific. We're going to do Sunday night fights. And then 1 hour before that, me and David are going to do the ChessDojo talks. We haven't even figured out what we're going to talk about, but we've had a couple pretty cool talks the last couple weeks. We've talked about cheating and how to improve. Perelstein was on with us once. Yeah, it's been a fun time. David, what are we talking about tomorrow?
We don't know yet. We'll figure it out.
Okay.
We'll figure it out tonight.
Yeah.
Depends what scandals break out today.
Yeah, and if you guys want to suggest something for our dojo talks, just put it in the chat. We'll think about it.
Yeah, we could talk about like the return of OTB Classical with Norway Chess. We could talk about the U.S. Championships, maybe some of the events that are on now.
Yeah, in this game we got going on, what's going on right now between Duda and Carlsen.
Oh my goodness!
Pretty exciting.
Oh my goodness!
Oh my God!
Goodness.
What are you watching, Arturs?
Frank and Kimmy, look at what happened there. Oh my goodness!
All right. Was it a hanging piece on H4? Oh.
Yep, it was.
I think she assumed that the queen would be trapped, and Frank didn't bother checking if it would be or not. He just took it, and
Nice.
And Frank is right.
And it looks like Frank is right.
The importance of confidence.
Yeah, but what happens now?
I mean,
6, bishop h6, g4.
yeah, queen f5, bishop h6. Probably have to save the queen and let the rook go. I don't know.
Oh, wow.
The good news is he thought about his move there. So
Don't rush. Don't rush, please.
he sees it
Please
coming.
don't rush.
He sees it coming.
This
Yeah,
is a dramatic moment right here.
Yeah, it really is, because if the rook goes, the knight on a7 is so bad.
Yeah, the position's going to be really complicated after e5, bishop f8.
But, you know, actually, maybe black just plays knight d6, lose the rook, and then bring knight a c8 and just say, I'm a rock. You know, just say, I'm a rock. That's probably totally fine for Mr. Frank.
Oh, but white has the idea of like queen h6 and then rook c7. Try and get the queen into g7. Not easy to stop.
Queen h5.
He wanted to stop queen h6 check. You got to give him credit for really thinking this one through.
Well, g4 wasn't needed now.
But this looks logical, actually.
Queen f4? Or to some random other square.
Ooh, queen 7.
That rook needs to come down to c7 pronto. There it goes.
This knight on a7 deserves a special award. I mean, the saddest knight of tonight's event.
The saddest night ever. That's right.
Two legal moves. One better than the other.
And how do you make some kind of progress as white?
Well, you could play queen c3 and trade your rook for the two knights.
Straightforward.
Oh, we're getting some interesting comments, David, for tomorrow. The candidates truly is a mess with both Wang Hao and the Rajabov situation. We could talk about that. And somebody saying that Rousey's is playing under a new identity, hard to imagine. Hard to imagine.
They're trolling us.
I don't know, man. Who knows?
With like Groucho Marx, like, you know, nose and glasses, and then he just shows up again.
He'll get away with it until someone sees him have to step away to a restroom or something. And they're like, I recognize that. It's all about context.
Oh, and it's Artur's is in the middle of this one too, the Igor Rousey's thing. I just put it onto Twitter, and then Artur's is at the center of this. Holy moly, Artur's, break it down for us, buddy. Tell us the story.
What story?
Well, you're the one who was talking about this thing with the memorial of your coach and Rousey's something.
Yeah, it was quite painful because you mean the Rousey's thing?
Yeah.
And not to interrupt for more than a split second there, but that is game over there. No way to defend f7 in that game. Artur's, your story.
Right. So, yeah, I mean, the story is this, that I'm right now actually here in the town where I was born. And we're playing a memorial of my first chess coach, Vsevolod Dudzinskis. And he unfortunately passed away earlier this year in January, and I came to pay some respects to participate in the memorial. And suddenly in the third round, one of the participants came by and said, listen, I have the suspicion there is this Igor Rousey, notorious grandmaster, playing in the tournament. I said, no, I mean, it cannot be. I would have noticed him. He said, yeah, on the last boards, I mean, playing incognito with a mask.
Wow, with a mask?
Yeah, with a mask. And in the third round, I mean, he is having 2 out of 2. I see it's indeed him. And I come by and said, what are you doing here? You're supposed to be like, not to be here. And he showed me a new ID of having a new name, whatever. So sort of bypassing FIDE's regulations. And he insisted that he can play. So there was quite a bit of scandal. But in the end, the tournament director kindly asked him to leave, and he did, luckily. So
wow.
So that's something. I mean, It was, I mean, for me, it was a big psychological blow, actually, because I needed to concentrate for 15, 20 minutes because I was like, deep inside feeling like this, that I came to pay respects for my chess coach, and then this happens, right?
Oh, what a story, man.
Wow.
Yeah, that was
Just so you think it doesn't get worse than that.
right.
Well, it's the story of a guy who can't give it up, right?
Yeah, he definitely doesn't give it up.
Yeah. Wow.
In more positive news, things are looking up for Mitch. Looks like he might win his second endgame in a row here. Up a pawn against Jesse. I've got this game pulled up.
Yeah, it looks like he's turning around.
Yeah, I don't know what was going on with Mitch earlier, man. That was totally weird. Totally weird.
I guess in a 6-round tournament, it's possible to just win 5 or 6 games in a row and look like you're on another level. And in a 12-game tournament, we see that everybody here has some punches to throw.
There we go.
Yeah, the tide can turn.
Cool. That's cool. Everybody's showing something good. Bishop to e5. Did White not have like knight b5 on the move they played a3 just last?
Yeah, I had the same thought. I had the same question.
I feel like there should be something for White somehow.
Actually, we got Sam, we got a question in the standings. Can you show us we have a question. We have a question in the chat. Can you show us the standings?
I'm going to flash them, but they're not updated for this particular round, so they don't include the results from round 1. We'll get them after.
Right, because Kostya was doing that for us, right?
Actually, he might still be doing it because the score sheet is getting updated. But I'll make sure that it's updated after this round if Kostya's not able to do that. But this, I don't think, is currently up to date. We'll make sure it's up to date after this game.
Mitch's c5 was a genius moment.
Yeah, this should be a 3 tactic. Amazing.
Jeez.
Let me
it's really nice. This and the earlier tactic with this e5 stuff, I mean, it's been very, very impressive.
Yeah, Kostya says the standings are current, so that's
fantastic.
And it looks like then Chess Games is really been making a comeback, man.
Kimmy too.
Kimmy too.
Okay.
Kimmy with 8.
Yeah.
Oh, Mitch just took a free rook. All right, Mitch is on a little bit of a roll. Mitch is here we go.
Yeah, well, he's won both of these games, right? So he finishes with a 2 score. I mean, I guess the game isn't quite over. No, it is over now.
Oh man, Kimmy's position looks great. I mean, she's got like 2 extra minor pieces and an extra rook.
That's a disheartening count.
Oh wow.
That's a lot.
No comment.
That's a lot of pieces.
That's a lot of wood.
Queen e3, right? Try and trade off. Something like that.
That's how I like to play bughouse chess. I try and like capture so many pieces that you can just make like a wall of like your pieces and then another row of your pieces and another row of your pieces.
So is this is basically Kimmy needs a win here to come in first place in the event.
Is this the last round already?
I believe.
Yes, this is the last round.
Nobody told you, right?
Oh.
So Kimmy wins, and that's it.
If Kimmy wins, she takes it, and if she draws, I think she comes in split with Mitch, and if not, Mitch takes it. So a bit on the line here.
So has Mitch finished already?
Yeah.
He got his last 2-0, and so he's up at the top.
Right.
Yeah, Mitch is on 8.5, and Kimmy's on 8 with this game to spare. But she's under, well.
I just like take it so game by game. I don't even know the standings or the round number or anything.
I think she's going to be taking this one.
But the good news is that we have lots of games as material for our next lesson.
Absolutely.
Right.
Can any of the senseis kind of generalize some of the things that they're picking up on this tournament that they think maybe some players in the chat could also benefit from as tips? Also, maybe this is a good moment, Eugene, to mention some of the Pro Blitz tips that you didn't want to mention at the beginning.
Oh,
of
yeah,
the tournament,
definitely.
but you could give some of those now.
Yeah, so here are some tips I can give you. In Blitz, king safety matters more than material, meaning that, you know, if you are up a pawn, but your king is weak, that's usually not a good idea. As we just saw here, lots of games, right, where checkmate wins the game.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's a very important tip, especially in Blitz. Like, it's okay to sacrifice material, to play active chess, to attack, and focus on that. So that's number one tip. Number two tip that I'm not sure if a lot of players are following is you have to learn how to think during your opponent's time, right? We have a lot of people who don't even think on their own time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But this is a tip that I picked up from Hikaru Nakamura, who plays a lot of Blitz and analyzes and stream during his stream, right? He already is thinking about what his opponent is going to do next. So when his opponent makes a move, he is anticipating what's going to happen. He has a move ready. So that's very important. And finally, I think Jesse already mentioned that the whole point about play the systems approach, right? Rather than going some main line, which you're not quite sure about, just play a certain setup. It may be inferior setup. It may not be theoretically best. But setups like King's Indian attack, for instance, where you can just play a bunch of moves on autopilot and go for a kingside pawn storm or a kingside piece play. That's my kind of go-to openings.
Everybody in the chat, if you haven't clipped that yet, you really should. Hold on to that. Use it in your Blitz games. And also send some donation to Eugene as a thank you for all the excellent tips. This is the last game, I believe, here between Ponziani Master, who looks to be winning,
come on.
against Chess Gains. Very last game of the event, but Kimmy has already won. She got 9 points, and Mitch gets 8.5. So that's a clinch. So Kimmy's going to win the $200 prize, and Mitch is going to pick up 8.5. And they also get seedings into the final event, so that's also going to help them out. The seeding might be more important than the $200 and $100 prizes.
And we also have to say, I think, right, that Mr. Bruce's team, Kimmy and Chess Gains, win for today, right?
I think so. I've not got the kind of team breakdown, but they certainly performed incredibly.
So, David, now you got to tell us what you did, buddy. Now it's time to demonstrate.
I have to tell you that it wasn't.
Reveal the Petrov secrets.
Your players did not draw nearly as much as you predicted.
It's true. I think they may have had like one draw out of like 24 games. Actually, we didn't prepare for Blitz. We just were preparing for the final tournament the whole time.
Admirable focus.
So,
okay.
So we actually, I've got no comparable Blitz advice to what Eugene has been giving us. I just had them, let's see, work on, the weaknesses in their games, which I'm not going to say what their weaknesses are. But you guys probably know anyway. But I just had them working on their weaknesses, and they've been working hard. I can say that they put in a lot of hours. So, I think they're doing well generally.
And we should give a ton of credit to all the players participating today for the hard work that they've done with all the senseis here. Everyone watching, you can watch the streams with the coaching sessions and definitely do that, but you're kind of getting, for many of you, a limited slice of what the players are doing. They're doing a lot outside of this, and then many people might be tuning in just to the competition once every 2 weeks and not seeing all the hard work that the coaches and the players are doing behind the scenes. So shout out to to everyone. Really, really fun chess, very entertaining, and lots of good tips here. Let me pull up the standings. I think it's up to date now. Don't sue me if we're a little bit off, but I think these are the final standings. We have Kimmy with 9, first place, as we mentioned a moment ago. She was commenting in the chat that she was shocked that there was a prize. So she does win a prize. She can reinvest that into future success. And Mitch here, 8.5 points. Really, really strong finish. I know that, Jesse's been loving Mitch's play. And in the beginning of the event, he was struggling at some moments, but he finished incredibly powerfully. So that's 9 and 8.5. And then I think next is Michael Ponziani Master, who also really impressed. 7.5, finishing in third. Also a really strong start. Chess Gains and Jesse both get 7. And then Frank, Chess Coach Net, 5.5 points. And then Rebecca finished with 2.5 points. So she did pick up some points at the end there. And Dylan did get a win against Jesse, which was his point in the event. So I think that's the full standings. Might be a little bit off, but I think we're at least certain on the top. I think that everything should be correct at this point.
Yeah, and I think really when you look at it, the story of the event was Kimmy going 2-0 against Michael. That had turned out to be the big decisive factor because Michael was on track. He was on track to win the thing. And that was what
about the Fair Play Award and the Jesse's steamroll winning, 6 in a row?
Yeah, the streak.
Yeah, that deserves something, right?
Right. I think Jesse finished with 7, which is certainly a good result. But that middle streak there, she picked up 6 of 7 points in one run. That was really eye-catching, a lot of good games. I think that game with pawn to f6, where she eventually mated with the 2 rooks dominating the 7th, and then she mated on g7, that might be like my favorite game of the event. I feel like I would be pretty happy to do something like that in a classical game. That was really, really nice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, excellent play.
So now that we've wrapped up the event and we are saved from trying to figure out how to run an Armageddon while live, I'm relieved by that. We should take a moment to make sure that everyone knows where to watch the coming events. So the next event in the series that is, on the ChessDojo channel will be the puzzle battle, which I don't think the format's set yet. So watch for an announcement about the format in Discord and on the blog and so forth. But that'll be October 24th, so not next week, but 2 weeks. We're on a 2-week schedule here. And then in terms of all of the senseis and all of the students, be sure to subscribe to their channels so that you can watch the individual coaching sessions. Why don't we let each coach kind of mention their channel here to make sure that you get it exactly right. I'm worried I'll have a typo there. David, you're streaming from the Dojo channel?
Mostly from the Dojo channel, and I'll do the follow command in chat so everyone can see links to all of your channels here. But yeah, I mostly stream on the Dojo channel, occasionally on Deep Bruce if Jesse or Kostya have something else going on our channel.
And Eugene, you're at Eugene.
And my channel is basically just my name, the same as my chess.com name, Eugene Perelstein. Again, I want to congratulate Jessie on a very good performance. She definitely surprised me and maybe a little bit herself on that run in the middle. And Rebecca had a very nice finish, so that's good, even though maybe a little disappointed start. So I look forward to continuing our lessons, and you guys stay tuned for announcements of our next lessons.
And Alex, you've revitalized your own personal channel for this event, right? So there's an opportunity to get content at your channel, which has been lacking in the past, right? So where can people check you out?
Yeah, so it's just my middle name. It's Astani, so twitch.tv/Astani. And yeah, it's been I've revitalized the channel after about 3-year hiatus. So it's good to be back for this event.
Fantastic. And Arturs, you're also at Arturs as well, right?
Yeah, my channel name is GM Nixons. That's me. Yeah, again, I would like to congratulate all of the participants today. I mean, it was a complete heart attack with some moments. I mean, yeah, ups and downs, of course. Huge adrenaline boost for the evening, definitely. But you're fantastic. I mean, very, very happy to see all of you, that you have done your homework and you put up a great show. So thank you all. And me and Michael and Frank, we are going to have some discussion how to proceed. So definitely, I've noticed some of mistakes that need to be fixed. So we'll be focusing on that.
Fantastic. And to all of the people in the chat looking for a coach, one of the things that Arturs brings to the table here is emotional attachment that is unrivaled.
That's right. That's right.
That was one of the highlights of today's stream. Jesse, there are future events on the Dojo channel, and what else would you like to say here, right?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this whole thing going forward. We got people. We got the Dojo channel every day. Tomorrow, I think, is my favorite day. I'll just put it that way because we're gonna have the Dojo talks we always talk about. There's a lot to talk about. We always just try to talk about something topical, and then we have Sunday night at the fights. Mitch usually is on there, so if you need more Mitch in your life, you can join us tomorrow night. And you can get some Mitch in your life. David Proust will be joining me there. And David will probably give an update on the things he's going to cover. And also, maybe we should get a brief, I don't know, if anyone knows when their training sessions are going to be this next week, we'll put that out there too. And then we can let people know and they can watch the training sessions.
What I want to mention is that we've got another event starting whenever this one ends. Every Saturday morning, today it's barely morning, but Pacific Coast morning. Every Saturday morning we have a play opportunity for viewers. We're trying to ramp that up to have more than one per week, but every Saturday morning we have one. So I'm going to set up 2 tournaments. The moment we're done here, I'm hitting stream, and we've got 2 tournaments to play in. We're splitting it up at 1,600 this week because we've had so many people playing in the tournaments that we have enough people to split it into sections. And we're going to try that out. So we're going to play 4 rounds of 15-minute chess. And I will comment the games, so it'll be on stream. And I encourage anybody, when I watch other people play chess, it makes me just need to play myself. So anybody who's got that feeling right now, you can go right in there and play some games in about 10 minutes.
And we should also mention that Kostya had to leave for U.S. Chess Championship coverage, but he'll be doing that for a while. So that's another way to catch up with him and follow some of the U.S. Chess Championship action. All right, so goodbye, everyone. Fantastic day. Thank you to all of the coaches, commentators, Kostya, who's putting this all together, sorting everything, and stick around for these tournaments.
Bye, everybody.